lonely in my room again, trying to find the words to say, but nothing comes out. I am looking for the better days, seem like they just stay away whenever I try. There's so many things that I keep in my mind. My friends keep me out and it hurts every time. With all the emotions I built up inside, oh why can't I? Will someone look for me if I disappear? No matter how much that I scream, nobody hears. But I see the light from far away, it's down the line. Maybe I should not give up without a fight, 'cause there will be a time. Oh, 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 oh. There will be a time. Oh, 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 oh. There will be a time. Sitting lonely in my room again, acting like I'm innocent. Why do I try? 'Cause now I'm feeling like a fool again, thinking I can fool myself by telling me lies. When there's so many things that I keep in my mind, I hang around people I don't even like. If they can be happy and walk with a smile, oh why can't I? Will someone look for me if I disappear? No matter how much that I scream, nobody hears. But I see the light from far away, it's down the line. Maybe I should not give up without a fight, 'cause there will be a time. Oh, 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 oh. There will be a time. Oh, 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 oh. There will be a time. But I see the light from far away, it's down the line. Maybe I should not give up without a fight, 'cause there will be a time.
How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another wonderful, beautiful stream. Hope you guys are having a wonderful, beautiful day. How's it going, everybody? Welcome back, boys. Welcome back to another wonderful, beautiful live stream, boys. I gotta do a little bit of fine grooming of the stash, so I'm gonna be pulling on a little bit, just trying to tease it into place. Honestly, I find myself kind of like, you know, when you're just like chilling, idling, doing something or doing nothing. In fact, I started doing this, and I think this is kind of, in a way, it's like, it's interesting how this became a habit of mine now, right? Just chilling, watching TV or watching something on YouTube or working, just you idle and just, You just stroke it. You just tease it in place. It's weird that I started doing that because that's not something I did before until we got the stash. But also, it's good because it kind of like naturally puts it into place, especially with how crap I am at managing. How you boys all doing? Welcome back to another stream. Hope everybody's having a wonderful, beautiful day, boys. Yes, sir. Culture now live on. Yeah. The Culturan boy himself, man. I'm still cosplaying that Culturan look since Battle for Azeroth. You know what I'm saying? You know, eating plenty of pasta, keeping the mustache going. That's about all you need. If you just let yourself go like me, then you too can become a good old Culturan. How you boys all doing? Welcome back. I hope you're having a wonderful, beautiful day. Want to do some keys tonight? Honestly, I might be able to tonight. Yeah, I will have some free time this evening. I got a project that I want to work on. But besides that project, I got some time actually, Cora. So if I'm online, hit me up. Like if you see me on in-game on any character, unless it's my mage, then I'm free. Otherwise, I'll be working a little bit on a project, but I have time. I could chill tonight. I could play and do stuff. Yesterday, I haven't really got to do much of that because my day was really, really short. But today, I'm hoping to take full advantage of it. Boys, let's get into some 5v5 1v1 duels this evening. How are our groups looking tonight? Do we have my man Night King himself trying to put one together yet? Do we got that going on or what? Hope everybody's having a wonderful, by the way. We got ourselves Isis, we got ourselves Cora, Shadow, we got ourselves Kyle, Dozy, right, my man, Mulder. Hey, what's up, guys? First, watching the stream, hey, Mulder. Hope you enjoyed, my man. Hope you enjoyed, dude. We got tunes, we got the boys, we got ourselves the dueling arena with the gladiators, the champions, stepping to the arena, blasting each other. I want to see a bunch of 1v5s. I want to see the big tiers and bursts. I want to see some whack and weird double legendary combos. I want to see all of that, dude. That's one thing I really, really enjoy about a new patch is new builds, man. Especially with this one, we got what tier sets, we got Legos and whatnot. It's pretty fantastic. Friend the Beautiful hitting us with a message. We're gonna pin it to the top. That's gonna be how you guys join the 5v5 1v1 dueling arena tonight. Cool. I'm just getting set up in the back here. Good old nostalgia. Yes, sir. Remember the days? Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. I got an HTOP easy key this week. Easy. Do I bring a main for that one, or can I bring an ult for that, Cora? What are you looking at, man? You looking to time some, or are you just looking to get some done? Because I'm pretty sure if we're bringing like a decent ult, it would fill out the group with the rest of the pumpers. It shouldn't be a bad key at all. Although, what healer would be able to... Priest, easily. I feel like Priest, even on the gear, would be able to heal that quite easily. How are we doing this evening, boys? If y'all got a group tonight for 5v5 1v1, send me the whisper, boys, and we'll be ready to go for the night. Howdy here, what's up, Poltergasm? Hope you're having a good one, man. How you doing, dude? Hey, and my duels video is still... Oh, hold on. There we go. Did I post this on YouTube that we're going live? Yes, I did. Okay, we're chilling. Okay, Twitter. That's another one I need. Twitter. And maybe we could have Soulscape join in. That'd be awesome. That'd be actually really, really cool if Soulscape joined in. That'd be pretty neat. There we go, boys. Yo, them Dragonflight duels, dude. I can't wait if we get into alpha and the beta of Dragonflight. I can't wait to do some Dragonflight duels. I think it's gonna be really exciting. It's gonna be straight up all evokers. I feel like dude, whenever we get, if we get if we get any Dragonflight Alpha, and if you guys get enough of you guys get into Dragonflight Alpha, can we do some duels and just make an all evoker duel just so we can see how this class competes against everybody else? Like, it's like everybody's welcome to play whatever class you want. And if you play evoker, all the rules of like stacking only 2 of each class, I'm gonna have to go out of the window, at least for a while. No matter to me, I'll have 4 out of 5 if you want DPS. Let's go, dude. A 4 out of 5 if you want. Perfect. That works out for me. Yeah, I don't know about... I feel like my healers at this point are better geared than DPS. Grab some grub and if you offer something, sounds good, my man. Hope you have a good one. Thanks for popping in, man. Yo, where's my boy? Night King himself. Is he popping on for the night? Is he popping on this evening, dude? We got ourselves, boys. But we got making some groups tonight. If y'all are making groups, hit me up with a real idea, man. If y'all need to add me and you're starting a group, Dalaran hashtag 1340 boys. You guys are more than welcome to. I'm just having a wonderful evening, by the way. I'll do some background work tonight, which will work out all right. Hoping today we'll have some. Yesterday we actually got to do some arena games for not arena games, but NA games, which was interesting, man. It took a while for EU to really get together. I'm kind of surprised because usually EU is like they are quick on the draw, dude. As soon as the duels are up, we got the boys making groups together. But over the last few weeks, it's been a little bit on the slower end, which I wonder why. Could be one of those things. I honestly feel like a lot of that, I feel like a lot of it is down to like, oh, new expansion got announced. All right, I can basically AFK until the next one. That or Athens says a lot of his friends were really unhappy with the results trinket. So I'm wondering if maybe results trinket, like people hate it that much, or it's like, all right, you know what, I don't want to play it. And then it's like you want to play because the results trinket, then you kind of fall behind the gear. When you fall behind on gear, you're like, well, I guess I'll do some in IRL. Or I'll get into PvE. Tomorrow Horde, let's go, boys! WoW got ourselves a group! Do we have a second one already, boys? Yeah, whisper me if you got a group you're forming. Also, I'm not seeing a whisper from my man, Night King himself. I wonder what's going on that end. Hopefully that guy's doing alright. Also, Chicago. You know what? I keep forgetting what Chicago did. I keep forgetting that I want to play some Smite with Chicago. Chicago's been into Smite again. Oh, Chicago! Are you on tonight or are you playing some Smite tonight? I still gotta download Smite. I still just gotta do it. I'm gonna do it with Steam. Because me and Corinne recently finished Mass Effect. That was a long haul game, dude. That was a long project, but we finished all 3 games of Mass Effect. Yesterday we finished off Mass Effect 3. It shows the blue ending, dude. But yeah. I gotta get some more games to play, man. I got a bit more free time now that Mass Effect is gone, so I gotta figure something out. I mean, Crowd's gonna have to figure that out. I'm done playing the game completely. All right. I guess I had like about like, I used to play Smite. I wonder how that game is. You go in, pop in, a couple of duels. Let's go, dude. Let's go, my man. So we got ourselves group, boys. We got ourselves. WoW with the group on the Horde. If you guys want to join them, it's going to be a player versus player premium group. Custom PvP, find a group, and if you want to find the group, top number 5 in the search, enter. And you should be able to find the group of 5 windows on the Horde with DJ Flag. Start to put it together. A queue of Smite for the game. A couple of duels. A queue of Smite. Not the game. Okay. I'm stoked for the Baldur's. Yo, when is that, Cora? That's another game that I haven't played in a while. Yo, from Russia with love. Yo, Sergey, coming in strong there, my man. Yo, how you doing, my guy? Welcome. Здорово, друг. Здорово, братан. Здорово, русский. Как его? Русский, что это по-русски будет? Как его? Я не понимаю слово. Гражданин? Я не знаю, что пытаюсь сказать. Здорово, Сергей. Здорово. That's a great email. I like the name, dude. Trying to talk to Sergey in the chat. It's up for Russia. I love Sergey. That's a cool name. That's a cool name. In your room, Ghost. I don't know if Night King. I don't know if Chillpill's just trying to put a group together or not. If works, you can make one yourself. I don't know if he's starting one. On the sec. Chicago's making a group, so you're more than welcome to join him in. Or if you got a Horde, you could join in DJ Flex as well. I'm back on Iron Cheese. I'm gonna get called lunch. Okay, I'm gonna do my best to not call you lunch cheese, okay? I'm gonna do my best, Wop. I'm gonna do my very, very best to remember. So fun. Are you speak? Yo, I try to speak a bit of Russian with my Russian boys in here, or rather with Slavs, because it's not only Russians that know Russian. It's a lot of the countries, like Slavic countries around Russia. A lot of you guys know Russian, and a little bit, even a bit. So some of you guys pop in, you're like, yo, what's up, Dal? You just talk to me in Russian? I'll let you respond in Russian if I can, man, since I know it a little bit. I remember it a little bit. So try to respond, man. I try to practice a little, you know? My Russian is scuffed, though, so I do apologize if I get something wrong, though. Are you Russian, Dal? And check, yes. Originally, my great-great-granddad was Polish, but he moved to Russia when the famine took over. You know, the famine was rampaging through the country. So he was like, F that, I'm packing my bags, I'm going to Russia. So I was born in Russia, yeah. My family, a lot of them have a lot of that Russian roots. Well, from my mom's side, I guess it's a bit of a Polish side, but from my dad's, it's all Russian as far as I understand. All Russian. So yeah, I have them deep Russian roots, or not super deep, but quite a bit. You know what I mean? How we doing today? No, we're doing pretty good. Celtic, how you doing, my man? Hope you're having a good one, my guy. Oh, let's go to Celtic, which is like, why would I call you that? That's not your name. I can't mess it up though. For some reason, when I see that C for Celtic, I read it as Celtic sometimes. 5? Chicago got a 5, man. Let's go, boys. Chicago popping off tonight. with them 5V5 1v1 duels. We got ourselves DJ Flex looking for 2 more in order if y'all want to join him. Personally, I hate the war we're putting. Bro, I don't like wars in the first place, man. There's no need for wars at all. There's no need for conflict. Did you go up wrestling bears? Dude, I was born next to a bear in the first... You know, you remember that Halo level at the end of Halo Reach where it says, like, objective survive? That's basically you popped out of a womb to throw a bear in there, you're in the pit, and it slowly pops up an objective in your HUD, survive. You either pass the test or you don't. That's the only Russian. It's like wrestling a bear in Russia. It's kind of like, it's like puberty here, right? It's just like the first thing you do. It happens to everybody, you know? I miss you, Misha, but I had to take you down in order to keep on living, you know? I do love the wrestling with bear stream. That's my favorite, dude. That's my favorite. Dude, I've actually met some Russians that took offense and stuff like that. I don't understand it, man. I don't get it, dude. Not a lot of Russians, but like, it was like straight up had like a, oh wow, that feels like a very much a Karen moment. You know what I mean? Lots of Russians I know don't care, but there was one person that stood out to me and it was like they really were upset about it. I was like, come on. You gotta know how to make jokes, man. You gotta be able to joke around and stuff. You know what I mean? Imagine taking life that seriously. If anyone played Mass Effect, I recommend it 2000%. Dude, Mass Effect was a lot of fun. We definitely gotta find another game to play in our friend. That we were done with Mass Effect, we gotta figure out something else. And so the way me and Craig did it is we played the Legendary Edition. Basically, I played and she got to make all the dialogue choices. So it was like an opportunity for me to replay the game again, but also an opportunity for her to see it for the first time. She enjoyed it. She had a lot of fun with it. And I'm glad. My father's family, Arig, is originally from Germany. Oh, that's cool. I have a friend of mine, my best friend from school. Like, his roots are from Germany. I don't know, like, mom's side or dad's side. I want to say on mom's side because his mom doesn't really... She's not really good with humor. Okay, I'm joking. Although it could be a possibility that Estonian and Slavic in some way because my sister's father's side came from Latvia. Oh, hey, it's possible. Yeah, it's interesting when you like go back and trace like the family lineage or where everybody came from. It's interesting. Boys, we still need more on the team. Horde! We got DJ Flex with a group of 5V5 1v1 duels. You guys are more than welcome to join in. If y'all got any Horde boys, Horde friends, you guys are more than welcome to get them in there. I wonder if it's possible to get a second alliance group if Horde is taking a while to get one together. I wonder if it's possible to get a second ally group instead. Always a possibility, boys. Always a possibility. But yeah, when you start tracing like your roots and stuff, you never really know like where those roots end up, man. It's cool. It's pretty cool. Honestly, like the older I get, the more I respect that kind of stuff. The more I appreciate like history and stuff. I don't know what it is, man. As a kid, I never really cared about like history class. I guess like the teachers from history class were always cool. But like, I don't know. It just I guess I have so much more of an appreciation for it. Like there's a good chance I get seen Bald on Bankrupt, right? The vlogger, the bald-headed dude that goes around like Slavic areas like Russia, Estonia, all of them like areas of Soviet stuff. Like I've been watching his vlogs a bit recently, and it's kind of cool just being able to see like, man, this is the Russia and surrounding areas that mom knew, but I never really got to know because we moved pretty early on. But it's been really cool to be able to check him out. 4 out of 5? Yeah, let's go. Wait, that's a second group? Unless, yeah. Wait, I just say person? Wait, you got a second group of, what is this, Alliance or Horde? Oh, what group is this? Wait, is this DJ Flex yourself? Or what? I can film a second group? No, I think we got another one. Down, you're the best Russian. Привет, здорово. Здорово. Sergey, здорово. Hold on. I want to try to say Sergey's last name. I'm really bad at these. I'm bad at names to begin with, but a Russian one is really hard. So first part is easy. Second part is, last name is Ovchi Kov. Ovchinikov, I think. I literally, I have a hard time like pronounce it all at once, but if I separated Ovchinikov, I think I can do that. So, yeah. Is that right? Did I get it right? Yo, wait, is this the second alliance group, or is this another horde group altogether, or what is this going on here? Oh wait, no, I think it is DJ Flex. I think it is his group for 4 and 5. We just had one more in the horde, boys, and we got to go. One more in the horde, boys, and we are good to go for 5v5 1v1 duels. Hell yeah, boys. Yo, we're gonna have ourselves a hell of a duel tonight, huh? I'm actually legit excited, man. I'm actually really excited. Really excited. I love some of these duels that we've been doing recently, man, because they've just been like popping off. Hell, yesterday just got one duel on an A. Well, it was an EU day, but we had one duel on an A. And goddamn, dude, we had a warrior pop off. I think he linked his profile actually, or transmog earlier here in Discord. It was Ghostskin. Dude, that guy popped off, dude. Ghostskin the orc. God damn, dude. Actually, not only he popped off, but also Krager right afterwards. Both of them went after pharaohs, and both of them just literally rampaged over them. It was absolutely fantastic. I enjoyed the hell out of it. I mean, pharaohs are the kind of class that can kind of like run circles around you over and over and over. So having like a warrior pop off on a pharaoh just absolutely crush him. It's crazy. Oh, what am I looking for? Wait, did we got a group? We got a 5-man? Let's go, boys! Hell yeah. Yeah, we got ourselves a first group of the night, gang. Let's go. Pretty quickly, huh? We got, so is that JOAO, right? And Chicago. Okay, I think I got it right. Oh, no, Target. Did I get it wrong? Okay, hold on. I'm gonna need to make sure I get the name right. Hold up. Also, if you guys add me out in a real ID, let me know who you are in chat, and I can add you as well if you guys are looking for groups. Is it IOAO? Hold on. Wait, DJ, I think you're offline real ID, unless I don't see ya. I'm looking for I, I'm looking for J. I think it's a J, but I could be wrong. Is that an I? Yo, DJ, you might need to pop yourself online in real ID, otherwise I can't queue you, my man. Lost a mage? Okay, it's all good, it's all good. But yeah, pop yourself online in real ID real quick. And if you guys need some time, take your time. Take time on the world. But yeah, Chicago, maybe at some point we could potentially maybe try to make a second alliance group. If because I just wonder if we can get maybe a variety with 2 alliance groups. Imagine to have 2 groups, one on alliance, one on horde. I think it'd be really cool. But yeah, let me know how you guys are doing. But yeah, yesterday, oh my god, dude, Kragar popped off on a feral, and then Ghostskin, both of them Necrolord, both of them Fury Warrior, both of them were just rampaging on the boy, dude. The feral druids were actually had to just tuck tail and run. 5 out again, sorry, someone left. Alright, we're good. Now, if you can, are you online on Real ID? Now, yo, Wop, we got 5? My lord, let's go! Yo, pop yourself on Real ID. So I can queue you guys. I can't queue you unless you guys are on online or Real ID. Otherwise, I can't really queue you boys. But as soon as you pop yourself online, we'll be good to go. I don't know who you're hiding from. Or if you want to pass lead to my lord, that could work out too. Like if he's down to like keep queuing these. Oh, also I want to get Ori in these. I think Ori and Night King should probably have a rematch against one another. I think that'd be really cool. I think that'd be awesome. Hopefully we'll see my boy in here tonight. Also, hopefully we'll see Seaverg this evening as well, dude. I've been seeing a lot more Arcane one-shots recently. I know that Arcane is like not the greatest spec out PvP right now. But there we go. Perfect. Nice. Now we got you boys. Yo, we gotta swap out to the duels mix. But I've seen a lot more Arcane one-shots. I know that Arcane isn't like the best spec for PvP. It's got like some cheesy one-shottiness to them. But yeah. It's interesting, man. It's interesting. It's really cool to see. But yeah, dude, it's really cool to see. Oh, it's a lot of hunters. At least one of them is different. It's Rivendare. Oh, that's a lot of hunters. But I'll take Rivendare on that team. I'm okay with that. I'm alright with that. I feel like hunters nowadays, like survival, marksman, and beastmaster, all play very similarly. It's a lot of kiting. It's a lot of running away. And only engaging whenever you got some CDs. Molderfist with a member, yo! My man, yo! Can we get a big old hashtag Molder in the chat? Yo, Molder, feel free to spam out the emotes in the chat as much as you want to. Also, down in the description of every single stream and video, you have a link to our Discord channel. Definitely join our Discord. Connect YouTube to Discord to get a special role, my guy. Yo, thank you for that support, brother. Thank you so much, my man! Yo, that is huge! Alrighty, gang. Twitch. Got ourselves together. DJ Flex over on the Team 1 raid to go Survival Hunter. We got Grundel. I like the name Dalaran there. As a Necrolord kitty cat. I wonder if we'll ever see a Venthyr cat for these duels ever. We saw it one time. Sensei gonna be up for a Team 2. First up, also a Necrolord. Grundel is gonna go for the full. A little bit of backpedaling. He kind of like did a bit of spin. Even if he is backpedaling, look at the damage he just does to Sensei. I mean, this man is just bleeding out. What kind of bleeds on that was 8 cap? As Sensei just continued to take damage. Might just under karma as he continues to run down to the bleeds. There goes the karma. It's going down. And drinking maybe a little bit. Oh, what is going on? This man tricking it so early, but he almost killed Sensei in a single go. He literally popped off, pressed Berserk, and Sensei literally had to press Karma as he's continuing to melt. He was literally like in a situation where, okay, I popped Forward Brew. Hold on, he popped Forward Brew. He popped literally every other defensive that could help him out of that situation. He literally had to go with a Karma. Illidan is going to be up next. What just happened? I'm still trying to figure that out. This Feral Druid came up, literally put the biggest rotting dots over on the monk, then backpedaled. I don't know what he tricked and it got locked down. Like, what is going on? Illidan is going to try to see if he might be able to slice him. The flash gun going to be quick control versus Sensei with an IB to follow Sensei. Human racial. Just trying to see if he can get away from the DH. That's going to be a DH. Also a Necrolord. Mislook my chicken. You're good, my guy. What kind of damage you bring? What was that? Oh my god, the mistrinket. Are you good, my guy? You're good. I'm just still trying to figure out how you got so much damn. Nobody saw that? Yeah. Illidan got a ring of peace. Keep him out of the way. Try to see if you might be able to fly around it. Almost landing that corner strat. Almost landing that corner glide around it. Illidan try to see if he might be able to get himself a big alive himself. Sensei does have the demon spawning in. That's going to be a big explosion onto Sensei with a big defensive benefit. Applying a fiery brand onto Sensei as Illidan is looking to catch up. So far, Sensei is playing very defensive. Again, the Stretch Armstrong comes out with an in-cap trick out of Illidan. This is going to be also a Karma out of Sensei again. Fist of Fury onto Illidan Tempest. Illidan Tempest. I'm trying to figure out like a best way to give you a bit of a nickname, I guess. Illidante? That sounds kind of cool. Illidante. Kind of like Dante's Inferno, Illidan put together. Illidante is in a situation where they can't really do much versus Sensei. He's going to try to see if they can fell rush right through. The Ring of Peace again. The Stretch comes out as it's going to be still more running out of Sensei. So far, Sensei has been a bit of a run with the Demon Hunter. Hasn't really wanted to engage him. Setting up a port ahead of time. We'll be able to port back up. Looks like he's just going to bait out the Demon Hunter. Literally, Sensei's waiting until cooldowns are coming back. He literally doesn't want to fight the Demon Hunter while in Metamorphosis at all. Now that's going to be full Metamorphosis out of DH. Got himself the IBM with the Blade Dance to follow. That's going to be Zuen joining in. And since it looks like he's not even going to combine any damage with the Zuen, going to be in-cap with the BDB. Leg sweep under the Tempest. Does he have enough damage? I'm just trying to wait for it. So literally waiting until he gets himself the leg sweep. I guess he knew that he had himself the biggest burst possible. He just waited until that moment where the DJ Flex is going to be up next. Tossing out the nades over at Sensei. He's looking to reposition again. Is this man literally going to run again and wait a whole minute until Lexi is back up? Going to be a steel trap to stop him in place. DJ Flex looking to see if they can shut him down immediately. Got that big old stone onto Sensei. No outs for him. Do they have a big kill shot to follow? Going to be Chakram thrown in. It's with a Karma right after. DJ Flex is going to be a little bit under pressure with our Karma. Seeing the images come out, dropping down and freeze the jump onto Sensei. With the door shadows just continuing to CC chain, disengaging away at Sensei. A lot of his cooldowns, a lot of his birds just went out of the window. Trying to see if he can catch up a little bit of health with a Vivify Harpoon to stop Sensei from running too far away. Sensei does have a port back up in case he wants to. It's going to go for a port. Looks like the port was not in the right position. I thought it was going to be a port on the far side of the bridge, but looks like he ended up going to port it back up top. Going to be able to keep the pet away. Still trapped down for him. Is going to end up walking into it. That's going to be Diffuse Magic with a Flame Shot again. Kill shots to follow. DJ Flex just did one more proc. Does have a kill shot proc left. Sensei's just trying to see if he can stop the bleeding as he's bleeding out to the kill shot proc. DJ Flex just sees the line of sight, got another proc for kill shot. He just sees the line of sight, and Sensei will be a great spot. It's gonna land that harpoon. How to even land that harpoon through the wall like that? Sensei under a ton of pressure. The dots are still continuing to rampage right through them. Vivify might be able to keep you alive. The dots are just rotting him down. With a stun around the corner, has a human racial in-cap onto the pet. And DJ Flex with yet another grenade. Sensei is just a kill shot away. The pet is continuing to put pressure on him. Is going to move the pet out of the way. DJ Flex just sees, again, just a little bit extra damage. Just going to get kill commands in order to get his pet to run past the ring of peace. Going to be a charge trap on the side corner. And DJ Flex is just trying to see if he can shut down Sensei right now. Sensei's waiting until leg sweep. 30 seconds on that. He has Karma in just a few moments. Might be able to use the Karma defensively against GJ. That's exactly what he's going to go for. That's going to be BDB down as Sensei get a hit with the freeze trap with the steel trap waiting for him. DJ Flex, does he have a stun to follow? Is going to be Zuen getting caught in the steel trap. Scary Beast onto Zuen is going to be denied any kind of damage from that pet. Sensei looking to catch up a lot of health. GJ Flex not looking to get up and melee to get the interrupt. Going to be in cap. BDB down. Lexi out back up for Sensei. Trying to make some damage happen. GJ Flex, I think, trying to see if he might be able to juke out Sensei. Couldn't go anywhere with a Fist of Fury. And that's going to be a turtle shell. Get it booped out of the way. Denied any kind of re-healing. Sensei catching up on that flesh cap. Looking to recover here. DJ's under a ton of pressure. Doesn't really have much. Just the defense is going to be a massive jab out of Sensei. Catching back up with the 100. Kill shots continue to flow through. And DJ Flex might be able to just rot down Sensei. Going to be a board. Does create some line of sight. DJ Flex looking to get himself a bit of a repositional. Is going to go for kill shots onto Sensei instead. The extra bleed damage from kill shots is brutal. That's going to be freezing trap on top of it with a charge up to follow. DJ Flex is going to get trap a bit in healing. As Sensei continues to fire off the fist like pistons. That's going to be Sensei with no health whatsoever. The pin charging back in at him. Does get jumping just a little bit sliver of health. It's going to be diffused magic for the magic damage. But I think DJ got him. Took a little bit to take down the Hunter. And now it's going to be Chicago up next. Looking to hunt down the Hunter as a Ghost Raptor. Playing the Ellie Raptor build. Going to be trying to drop down the totem onto DJ. Is going to be able to get Sunder with a stun to follow. DJ Flex is able to free himself from the static trap or static totem. And Chicago is looking to reposition. Is going to get a flame shock onto the main pet. And DJ is going to try to see if he can deal with the Earth Elemental. The flame shock on the main pet is going to deny DJ Flex any cam opportunity. And the Earth Elemental was going to be there originally to stop DJ from healing. But the pet is also there pretty good for the eating traps. As Chicago is going to eat that trap. DJ Flex is going to be kept in combat. As long as the pet is a flame shock, DJ will not be able to get himself an easy camo. And that's what Chicago is doing. Just trying to make sure there's at least a flame shock on the main pet. My question is though, is Chicago playing a Ventier build? Or they're playing like a Necrolord Go? Because normally with the Elemental Raptors or Elemental Wolves, there's usually a pair that together with Necrolord for even bigger damage from Elemental. Bigger Elemental damage, bigger haze procs. Or is that going to be potentially Ventier with a big flame shock? Looks like DJ Flex is either let his pet die. No, it's still around. I thought maybe the pet disappeared for a second. Chicago again catching DJ Flex in the static totem. That's going to be a stubborn capacitor. Does check it out of the capacitor light second. That's going to be a phase trap on Chicago. I think that was a chain harvest just now. DJ Flex is going to be able to catch up on a lot of health with an exhilaration. Try to keep Chicago dotted and tagged as best as possible. Chicago tricking out of that. Son. That's going to be Chicago under quite a bit of pressure. It's going to go for the Aegis tricking defensively. Healing surges are coming through. DJ does not have a harpoon to re-engage back with Chicago, but is going to end up closing the gap and trying to stay in melee. Ready to interrupt with a muzzle in case the need. Chicago under quite a bit of pressure. Steel trap or charge trap exploding under their feet, slowing down Chicago's movement for a little bit. Chicago just trying to find a way to generate a little bit of maelstrom so they can go for as many instant cast healing. Unable to really get a lot of maelstrom value, and DJ might be able to take down Chicago. Chicago cannot really recover. 20% dampening, unable to max out maelstrom. Kill shots to follow, and then the Raptor strike at the end, smiting him down with Rivendare. Try to see if they can close the gap as a Beastmaster human? Beastmaster human hunter? Normally Rivendare is playing that not Necrolord, but Beastmastery, Kyrian. I guess not always Kyrian, but usually Void Elf. Going to be a freezing trap onto Rivendare as the pets are going to be feared out. DJ Flex is looking to rear position behind the pillar. It is going to be able to get a flame shot onto Rivendare's pet. It's best to put a flame shot on the Hunter's pet rather than the Hunter because of the feigned death mechanic, especially if they're playing the Craven Stratagem Legendary, which most of them are for PvP. They can just feign death to remove the flame shot dot. But if you have the dot ticket on the pet, you can't remove it as easily. So then you get to those kill shots that give you the big bleed with the Ventier procs. And DJ Flex just putting the pressure onto Rivendare, not letting him really get too much of an advantage. Going to be a freezing trap onto one of the pets of Rivendare. Got the kill shots, finding some damage versus DJ. Just needs one more kill shot to fall through. DJ trying to see if he can recover at no health whatsoever. Rivendare just needs one pet auto attack. The Scorpions are still getting around. That's going to be a quick kill shot to the, or I guess Cobra shot to the face. With I Run Cheese swapping out for the Owl Rogue instead of the Assassination. I wonder if they got any kind of cheesy builds for the owl on the road. Gonna be Revendare trying to see if they can recover camo with a hunter's mark on the road, keeping tabs on where the rogue may be. Cloak of Shadows for Run Cheese, picking up the eyes. Gonna maybe save the Cloak of Shadows for later, potentially to use it on a freezing trap. But cloaking right now for hunter's mark, not the worst. Gonna be Kidda Shot, Kyrian Burst, Run Cheese trying to play the fool, Kyrian Burst, sustained build, that's gonna be Vanish before Revendare can get another Hunter's Mark on him. Revendare looking for a complete reset. But unless they have another camo or acceleration, they're gonna have to be very, very careful with the pet damage. And healing their pet, which is a leech pet, so the more they heal the pet, the more they get the healing for. Sap it to Run Cheese before any kind of traps are down, as long as Run Cheese makes sure to max out the range with his stuns. As he has a go, Revendare getting hit with an interrupt. It's going to be Freezing Trap waiting for him. This is where Cloak of Shadows will be fantastic, but Run Cheese is going to get slowed down. The pets will run him. Revendare does have the full line of sight. Going to be the not Cobra Shot, but the... what is it called? I forget. Chimeric Poison rolling on Run Cheese. Going to slow him down, silence him, and then reduce some of the healing and damage. Going to be the Death Check up on top of his. The pets around him. Run Cheese might be in trouble. I think it's over. Oh! Big old explosion planned by the Beast Mastery Hunter as they're going for a quick feint death, trying to get himself a reset. Going to be Milord Pala trying to deny any kind of reset. It's going to be a freeze trap to stop it. I think might have gotten stunned onto one of the pets, or Revendare maybe human racial out of that one. Either stunned one of the pets, or that was the fastest human racial that I've ever seen. Revendare getting hit with a massive gavel hammer, justice to follow, going to be triggered out of Milord Pala, and Revendare might just have to pop every defensive available. Going to be feint death for a second. Acceleration coming back up. Might want to use it as soon as possible. Needs to slow down the Paladin as best as they can. I don't know if they got anything left. Going to be a quick disengage to try to see if he can get away from Milord Pala. Needs whatever healing they got. Try to pelt Milord Pala as much as possible from range. As long as they can max out the range from Pala, they might be okay. Might be a bubble on Milord Pala. But trying to see if he can survive a death tracker to follow. Might just have to pop a big defensive here. Going to be a flash of light around the corner. The explosion comes through though. It is still continuing to tear right through him. Got him some flash of lights. Might have recovered. Revendare pushing him maybe a little too close. Next Hodge out of Milord is going to be super deadly. Freezing trap to stop as they see the massive vengeance aura around Milord Pala, literally radiating with holy damage. Revendare just trying to see if they could maybe get a top-down position on him. Next Hodge. Next auto is going to be really deadly. Revendare does find a camera, trying to see if they can get away from Milord Pala. If they concentrate on top of the bed, do find Revendare instead. Going to be Revendare again, maxing out range. Needs to get a hand of freedom for Milord Pala if they want to chase. It's going to be a stun around the corner. Revendare does not have the good line of sight in order to max out damage on Milord Pala, but getting too close right now would be a bad idea. Needs to pull the pets back, get as much healing as possible. Milord Pala eating a freezer trap. Maybe this is where Revendare could swing around. Trying to make sure there's going to be a good line of sight. Death Shock I'm going to tear right through Milord Pala. Well, Flash Cut is up from Revendare. Looking for that pressure on the Milord. Well, also looking for recovery of their own. That Flash Cut is coming in clutch. Big recovery right now. Milord Pala is sitting at 46% dampen, and any kind of healing is going to be bad for him. He definitely needs to utilize his bubble in order to maximize the damage on Revendare. Going to be Crows back up for Revendare very, very soon. Again, trying to make sure they get a good angle versus Milord Pala. If they can just get that angle while Milord Pala is running up to them and get as much damage as they can, max out the distance between them and Milord, they'll be in a fantastic spot. It's going to have to use their mobility in order to make that happen. Milord has the hand of freedom, so he might be able to break over to Revendare, might be able to close that gap for a short amount of time. And if he can land a stun on top of it, he'll be in a great spot. Gonna be a camo for Revendare, getting some valuable recovery. Milord Pala is looking to pick up mid-out potentially. It's gonna try to create some landing side as fast as possible. Gonna be stunned. Good trick out of it. Might just be the go here. Gonna be a Chimeric Poison rolling Milord Pala. It's gonna reduce some of the damage he does. That's gonna be able to stop it completely. Gonna be a human racial and a turtle for Revendare. Immunity for immunity. And that's gonna be Death Chakram rolling in onto Milord Pala. Maybe the Death Chakram will get some valuable damage. Revendare got full cooldowns rolling, but it's gonna be Death Chakram breaking through the freezing trap. Shield of Vengeance from Milord Pala. Busts out really quickly. Milord Pala trying to maximize as much damage as he can. I think he might just focus on damage completely. Going to be Revendare. Both Milord Pala super low. Milord Pala out in the open. Can't touch Revendare. Can't touch the pet. Generating as much holy power as humanly possible. Trying to keep himself alive. There's going to be another flash cut available as Revendare trying to swing around. Try to get a better angle. Going to be Milord Pala. I think wants to poke out and maybe get some judgments. Get some hammer damage. Looks like he's going to focus on the pets for a bit. And Revendare trying to punish him for poking out for any reason whatsoever. That's going to be Trap waiting next to him, most likely a freezing trap. As Milord Pala is going to get himself 7 for proxy to see if they can cut across over to Revendare. Going to be a blessing of protection, denying a lot of the physical damage. Revendare is just locked out. Unless they get some miraculous survival with a feint death, I think it's over. Unless they got a feint. Milord Pala is stunned. Actually, no outs. No way. Revendare does get him. What the? I can't believe it. Just kept it cool and collected. I am surprised you survived with 1 health to land a stun at the end. My goodness, that should have been a third kill. I think my Lord Paladin literally left his health at 1. As soon as his health at 1, he was like, I'm out, I'm done. He's probably mad at himself because like only one of my abilities at that moment crit. If only one ability crit, if only something crit, anything crit. I think he literally got 0 crits there. Literally 0 crits. My goodness, that is so much. Let's get another one going, boys. Yeah, I love that one. Dude, that was really clutch. That was really close. The Paladin and the Beastmaster Hunter, the back and forth. My God. Why BM Hunter can deal with Survival Hunter? I mean, BM Hunters, for 1v1s, I will give them that. They don't have that much survivability. I mean, decent enough with the Rem there, but it's not like a crazy amount of healing. Also, you don't have that much of like dot pressure. I guess you could send the pets back there to attack it, but like, I don't know. I feel like the dots for survival are a little bit stronger because you can just put dots not send the pet in, just let him rot there for a bit. That was insane. I enjoyed it. All right, boys, how we doing with groups? How we doing? Are we remaking them or what? Livestream, what's up? Dead Diamond, how you doing, man? Hope you have a good one. Still in or out, show down. I'm sorry about that, Miguel. Hopefully, it'll change at some point. Azoth, how you doing, man? How do you catch up with WoW? It's been around for a while. What's the song, man? I can link my mix. I can link you my entire mix. To make making my day in there. I'm sorry about that, my man. Yeah, hopefully it'll get fixed up, yeah? So much going on in this deal, gonna make down pass out. I loved it. I actually didn't hate that at all. I think seeing like once in a while like a good Feral Druid popping off or a great Survival Hunter pop off, or like I guess like a Paladin come in and just really just go all out, or a Rogue really have like a really close 1v5. You know, even it's like, oh, you know, it's a Rogue, there's no way they would lose. Oh, you know, it's a Feral, there's no way they should lose if they play it like super cheesy. Seeing like one play it expertly is enjoyable, but like, yeah. I feel like saying it once is fine, but it's like when you, yesterday we got a lot of duels of, I love them, but that Feral on EU, you get to play a lot back-to-back games. They were basically going for like a 1v4 here, 1v3 here, 1v5 there, 1v4 here. And they were basically first one every single time. So we felt like, wow, that's a class that's hard counting all these boys who just want to play. You know what I mean? Your sickle didn't do much bleed him. You don't think so? What did the most damage then? What did all go Rogue Pirate? Because Pirate Rogue got a pog. Pirate Rogue is a big pog. Big pog. I like it a lot. I see you, Cred. Yo, do you have a second group, boys, or do we gotta go make one? Oh, Rogue went Pirate because good sustain damage. Kyrian got really good damage, but also got mad cooldown reduction. Good cooldown reduction because you get evasion back quicker, you get advantage back quicker. There's a lot of legendaries that consider does that really well. Like the Vanish Lego can work well with it. So you get a lot of defenses. What's your favorite WoW race now? I would have to say probably like the Nightborn, just because I play one. I think it's probably going to be the Dragon Dudes, the Dracthyr. The Dracthyr. If you having trouble remembering the Dracthyr, think of like the Dragons and Venthyr and put them together. Dracthyr. It's pretty cool. Night King, my man! Oh, the boy! Making an alliance group. 1v5, boys. 1 out of 5 if y'all want to join. Down here, yeah. If y'all want to join my boy Night King, you guys are more than welcome to. We got us a second alliance group. If y'all want to find them, hit him up in LFG. We got a 5-man right here. We got DJ Flex with a 4 out of 5. They need a +1 on the horde, and they're good to go. 2 out of 5. Night King already putting the boys together. I appreciate you guys yesterday, by the way, on such a short notice. Miguel, Night King, and everybody else who joined them. I appreciate you guys getting the groups back up so quickly yesterday. I really do. That was awesome. I enjoyed it. I really very much enjoyed it. That was awesome. It was like such short notice, and only you were struggling to put some boys together, and you guys popped on together. It was amazing. I appreciate you guys. It's super awesome. Like, we actually get to have some duels, and in fact, like, I feel like if EU were not going to be able, it just let me know, like, if EU for some reason is just in that bad of a spot where like we can't get our groups together at all for EU PvP whatsoever. And it got me covered, and that's fantastic. I'm glad you guys were excited to play. Dracthyr, great little lizard man, can't wait to play one. Yeah, hopefully we'll see more or less how the animations are, how the combat animations are, because it looked cool in that one video, on one Blizzard thing they did, right? The announcement video and all the stuff. But like actually playing one and experiencing one for yourself, I think is going to be a whole nother thing. I'm excited for them. I want to give them a chance. I want to give the Dracthyr a chance, because you know what? I told Kren, this expansion they got to do, like before they announced that, I said they got to do something weird, they got to do something wacky, they got to do something new, they got to do something to surprise people. I did not expect a dragon class or a dragon race. So I want to give him a chance. I want to give them all a chance, because apparently they said there's even more customizations for them. There's going to be cool stuff, and there's a whole class and race mechanically put together. So I think it's going to be really unique. And maybe at some point in the future, like after that expansion, they'll be able to expand Drakthir to other classes, like a Drakthir Rogue, a Drakthir Warrior. I think that's going to be pretty sweet. Because having them start as Evoker, I think makes sense, but then having them swap to other classes in the future, I think it's going to work out pretty well. I think it's going to be cool. But I'm also excited about some of the other class customizations and combinations they're going to be doing. I don't think we'll get more customizations. I think it'd be kind of cool if maybe we get like Worgen a couple more fur tints, maybe like eye options or scars. Maybe get like some more customizations for orcs, for trolls, like beards, for example. Like a lot of people have been waiting for troll beards for a while. I think it'd be really cool for them to make like small gains in one department or small gains in the other. Like a little bits additions here and there. I think that'd be really cool to see over time. I'm really excited about the next expansion, honestly. Very, very excited. I want to give it a chance, man. You know what I mean? I can't wait until to see the alpha and the beta, too. I can't wait, man. Legit can't wait. It's what's the worst, the best of the worst part about 4 to 5, yo, Night King just needs one more Team Alliance and we're good to go. What? Yo, boys. Chicago do still 5, or do you lose some boys going over to Night King? Are we good? Are we still good with that? Because Night King is already ready to go. I think they'll learn other classes from us as well, folks, to see more options that expect Dragonflight. Yeah, I think in a lore wise, there could be like maybe like there could be like in the lore, it's like, or at least what they said is like Rathian is looking for the Dragon Isles, and you discover like through research where Deathwing or Natharian created the Drakthir as an experiment. Still 5 to 5, awesome. So I can totally see, like, you know, he busts out the first batch of Drakthir and they're all evokers with the powers of the Dragonflights. And then maybe like at a later time, it's like Rathian went back to the lab and you found other Drakthir that don't have the same power of evokers, right? That didn't like, they weren't like the perfect batch that got all like the experimentations right. They got the looks, but they don't got the same powers. And they'd be like, well, we could pick up a sword or a dagger and learn how to fight kind of deal. Or be like, you know what? I want to commit to, maybe they could build something like, okay, you know what, their abilities kind of blend all the, what do they call it? They blend all of the Dragonfly powers all in one, right? They have used a little bit of here, a little bit of there. And maybe lore-wise, it'll be like, well, they decided to commit to the blue Dragonflight, so now they can basically become a mage and they can wield magic. Or they could become full green Dragonflight and become a druid or a shaman. I can see shaman. I can see them controlling like elements of lightning and stuff. I don't know what the totems will look like, but imagine like a little dragon statuette or something. Them as a druid would be weird, but we have like what, dragons, like dinosaur forms for the, what do you call them? The Xanda. So I imagine like they'll be able to have like a druidic dragon-like form, you know, like a mini drake for a feral with wings, or like a big old like tanky kind of gorilla dragon looking thing, but not really. I don't know, something along those lines, right? I think it'd be kind of cool. Hey, that was the most unpopular class for PvP. It'd probably be Arcane Mage, maybe? I heard Arcane Mage is kind of like, it's fun, but it's like weird. It's not that great. But yeah. So we got Night King still with a 4 out of 5. We got ourselves, yeah, boy, DJ Ambelore with a 4 out of 5. We just needed 1 on Alliance, boys, and 1 on the Horde. It'll be good to go for some 5-5. What do we do, boys? Is it a +1 on either one of the teams? Haven't seen any shamans lately. Yesterday, we actually got one on a name. Yesterday, when Miguel made a group, we got one on a name. They versed the Feral Druid. They tried their very best. The Feral kind of stomped them out, but afterwards, they were able to pop off. They were trying to get as much of a pop-off damage. Apparently, there's even more builds with elemental shamans coming up right now. More people trying out different legendaries and such. So it's becoming kind of interesting. I wonder if they'll be able to make a return soon, because I know that Kyrian Shaman has kind of been like the play recently, but it's like you just gotta play like a really, really cheesy build. If your build is just straight up cheese, I don't know how good it's gonna be long term, right? Kind of like Arcane Mages, they basically their only viable build is cheese. So I don't know how good that could be long term, but they'll try to do the best that they can. Please don't remind their Feral, thanks. No, I'm talking about the other Feral, but yeah, Felix. Yeah, yesterday that Feral, I mean, I love him, right? I love them. That guy is always welcome to duels. Don't get me wrong, but like, damn, dude, he just counters, hard counters a lot of the boys in here, man. That just ferals for you, dude. Necrolord in particular. I'd love to see some Kyrian ferals. What do we got? Vampire, you got a group? Hey, down? Yo, what's up? Down? Hey, man, are you down to join maybe somebody? 5V5 1v1 groups, we got ourselves. Horde, Alliance, you're looking for +1. Vampire, you could join us if you wanted to, my man. Five, ready, let's go, boys. Night King probably next up to that, yeah? Let's get us on Chicago and DJ. And we'll get Night King next for the next duel, boys. King Loons of Lordaeron is where we head into next. Did I save that one? Did I save the last duel? Because I like that with the last duel, actually. We get a bit of a rematch tonight. And we'll get Night King in here as soon as you got a 5-man. Just remove the Hunter and a lot of class suddenly becomes more viable. Move Hunters at a lot of classes, really? You think so? I feel like they just got to give Hunters a bit more tankiness, but they can remove that immunity aspect. I think that will help them a lot. I think it would help a lot of players in general. Because Hunters used to be kind of tankier, like baseline. They'd like fall over in like 2 seconds. Oh, Vampire, you actually joined our group? Let's go, my man! I like it. Popping off on that unholy DK. We got Exy spam in here too, dude. That guy pops off. Switch my character for the Hunter. That's all good. That's all good, my guy. Alrighty. Switch. We got team 2. Still waiting to get some boys in here, but we got team 1 ready to go. We got Digiflex in the back over at Survival. We got ourselves Axis Spam. Oh, you look like Mud. The warrior streamer? You look like Mud. Like with a helmet and whatnot. It looked good. We got ourselves Grundal. We got ourselves Milord Pally in the back. We got ourselves Vampire. Looking like a Vampire. It looks like it's going to be Digiflex first with Sensei. Team 2 is waiting for one more to join in, but so far, actually, this got him in. Was it Revendale they were waiting for? Going to be Sensei. Trying to go with his Digiflex. Trying to see if he can shut him down with the Fist. Going to be immediate disarm on DJ. DJ having to go for a bit of Diffuse Magic. Diffuse, I don't think really does much against. Oh, not Diffuse. What is it called? Aegis Trinket. It might not do much. Actually, it does do quite a bit against Zuwen because it is nature damage and BDB shadow damage. Digiflex is kind of lost. Pretty low on health. He's going to be going for a Eternal Shell as he's surrounded by Sensei. Trying to see if he can Dora Shadow to maybe interrupt Sensei. Now, I don't know if he got himself a Treason Trap or not. Looks like DJ might be going down. Touch of Death as the Karma comes out. I think maybe Sensei might have overcommitted too many cooldowns there, but he did try to give it the best shot. Going to be Exy Spam trying to see if he can end. Sensei leaping in right over. Just seems to land that X, you can spam as best as he can. Did he use Avatar at the beginning? I think he did. I think it was an Avatar together with Bladestorm with Tormented King's Lego. Trying to see if he might be able to get himself a mount up versus Sensei. Needs to get in close and personal. Yeah, so slow. And that's going to be a quick charge to intercept him. Going to be X spam. Zerka raging out of the incap. Maybe could go for a fear into Sensei. There's going to be BDB for Sensei. Leshka potentially interrupted. Does get a pummeled off. And Sensei's looking for a bit of a reset. Trying to see if he can drag and kick away. Just trying to see if he can avoid X-Spam, especially during that wreck. Is that going to be Reckless Abandon? It was going to be Reckless Abandon with a banner. X-Spam might just have to trick it. This one does just trick it. Going to be a quick charge over Sensei. Does not have a cover for a while. Going to be a fear for a second. Sensei trying to see if he might be able to escape. I think it might be over. Does get a clutch board at the end, but it's a leap with an execute to follow. Sensei is going to try to go for an incap. It's no Zerkins for X-Spam. Got as much range as he could, and X-Spam has himself full rage ready to go. This man just got to get himself a lucky charge, a lucky leave, and maybe get himself some kind of CC interrupter on Sensei. Going to be Bladestorm interrupting any kind of CC out of Sensei. Can't stop this warrior for a while. Going to be bringing Boopity Bop. Boop and Axis spam back a little bit. That's going to be Sensei again, just trying to recover as much health as he can. This man is just spamming Vivify. Physical to lock down X spam for a second. Quick commanding rallying cry. Commanding shout rather, but rallying cry. Wait, is it commanding shout nowadays or rallying cry? Because it used to be one than the other. It didn't make any difference, is it? Weird. Sensei with the spinning crank, got himself a big procs. Axis spam trying to see if he can survive this damage. Got himself in rage generation, looking to disengage from Sensei, going for the flesh craft. It looks like Sensei has been able to turn around onto the warrior. Axis spam got himself wreck. It looks like it's an actual wreck. Might be able to make something work off of the wreck. Actually, no, not real wreck. Looks like just a proc. X-Spam with a stun. I don't know if he got much healing. Disarm can't really go for a health at all. That's going to be Sensei knocking him out of the park. Man, that is a lot of damage out of that warrior with a full banner and a recklessness, just trying to see if you can stomp him out. And unless you got us a little bit more ability. Well, bro, what's with the honors? I know Chill Piss, I know. But I guess technically BM, Revendaris technically is a BM while the other guy's at survival. Huh? I don't know how you're in combat without a weapon in your hands. But technically, I guess one of them is Beastmaster, so I guess there's a quote-unquote a little bit of variety. But they do play very, very similar, don't they? Survival, marksman, and BM. Nowadays, really do. I guess in the comments, what do you guys want to see? Would you guys want to like only 2 hunters? Because they all play very, very similarly. Kind of like rogues, except I feel like outlaw. A lot of you guys say that outlaw doesn't go for as many resets as subtlety and assassination. So like 2 subs or assassination sub, just fine. 2 assassin, 1 sub, maybe too much. 1 assassin, 1 sub, and 1 outlaw. Okay, at least outlaw might end up playing the stealth a little bit less. It used to be like that with hunters too, but nowadays most hunters play the kite and run strat, even if it's a survival. Gonna be leg sweep by Sensei on the middle problem with leg sweep. Gonna be a karma to follow as Milord Pilot trinkets out of the leg sweep. It looks like Sensei is trying to see if he can put more pressure onto the Paladin. Pally is trying to see if he can bust through the karma. If he can bust through the karma, he might be on a game spot. Might just be a bubble right as he gets real low. There goes the bubble as Sensei was able to force out the big defenseless out of Milord Pala. Gonna be an Aegis she can burn maybe a little early for Sensei. Does not have much of a defense except for maybe a clutch diffuse magic. Might be able to use it against magic damage with Milord Pala. Stone to Sensei. Does he have a human racial? Looks like Milord Pala is gonna commit some damage. Looks like he's just gonna go for a big go. Sensei busts out of that stun. Got a last second with the diffuse magic immediately as Milord Pala. Try to see if he might be able to continue the pressure in cap for him on the second, but Zuan breaks it. Sensei kind of out in the open still is continuing to just allow Milord Pala to generate a bunch of holy power. Shield Avengers up. Sensei dropping down BDB on him and bails out of there immediately. I don't know if it was a real BDB. Probably was a proc BDB. As Milord Pala getting hit with a disarm. He can still do quite a lot of damage with that disarm though. I think he can still get himself at least the Tempest Verdicts, build for Judgments, and I believe he can also use the Blade of Justice too. So he doesn't necessarily use the weapon in order to make a lot of that damage happen. Try to see maybe to give himself a bit of a setup versus Sensei. Got himself a leg sweep, images up with the Fist of Fury, blessing protection for Milord Pala to break him out of that CC. With a flash cap to follow, got himself as much recovery as humanly possible. As the images of Sensei keep attacking him, Sensei, what does he have at this point? Got karma, maybe human ratio at some point. So when coming back up in about a minute, gonna have a lot of cooldowns in about a minute. So the next leg sweep is probably going to be the deadliest. Milord Pala better make a play before that happens. My question is though, does Sensei have a human ratio to break out of the next stun? If he has one, then I don't really know if there's much Milord Pala can really do in this situation, unless he gives himself the biggest go to follow and has the opportunity to chase on after Sensei after a big port, after a big setup. Then he might be in a decent spot. Milord Pala does have wings coming back up very, very soon. Has a trick of his own. Will not have a bubble, so the next big go out of Sensei is going to be huge. Sensei going for a port really early. Might have put himself in a bad situation with ports that early. Trying to see if he might be able to get a root onto Milord Pala and able to really get moved. Gonna be Milord Pala disarmed, but still gonna go for damage. Doesn't really need a weapon in order to make a lot of his damage happen. Karma out for Sensei. Is he just gonna bust through Karma? Still holding onto a flesh cap. That's gonna be a shield of vengeance back up in 30 seconds. Sensei kind of bugged out. The camera is looking a little weird. Lex up with Milord Pala just going for a bit of damage. It's gonna be images. No Zuen just yet. Is Milord Pala just trying to see if he can survive this burst? Lex Sensei winning for the big go. Zuen is joining in. Gonna be ringing Poopity Bob just to keep Milord Pala out in the open. Milord Pala got a hodge unless Sensei doesn't shrink it. This might be over. Wait a second, Milord Pala. Do you just turn it around? No! Sensei doesn't. I'm taking him out. I am amazed and surprised that he didn't just go down. I am actually so surprised Sensei didn't die there. He was basically at no health. That's going to be a stun by Grundal. Looking to get the big old dots on the Sensei. And the monk is immediately melting with a swarm. Unless he got something. I think he's just dead. I think he's just dead. Grundal popped off. Just came in. Big bleeds. Shutting him down immediately. At least give an opportunity for the team 2 to get a chance to play. He did pop off every cooldown in the world, however. But with Sensei not having any opportunity to deal with this, I guess maybe he could have used, I don't know, diffuse magic to maybe remove the swarm off of himself. That could have been like at least a little bit of dot damage reduction. Grundal tried to see if he might be able to get some damage versus Chicago. Chicago eating the bleeds off the bat. That's going to be quite a bit of damage actually in the open. Chicago's already under pressure. That's 50% damage. Chicago looking for a little bit of healing, a little bit of survivability. Earth Elemental is going to help out quite a bit. Grundal, did he go for a Aegis himself? It looks like he does in order to mitigate some of the magic damage of Chicago. Bashed by the Feral Druid. Chicago got himself a big heal with a Chain Arvis. Grundal did have a pre-wall for it. Going to be a static totem. Just figure out a way to deal with it. Chicago's still bleeding quite profusely actually. Is continuing to get Maelstrom and continuing to use it in order to keep himself alive. Grundal got himself a little bit of healing left with one more renewal, and there it goes, the one last heal he got. And he got a healing from here. Is going to be quite reduced by quite a bit. It's basically like a mortal strike effect permanently. These boys with a roughly 20% damage reduction or healing reduction Main one, Chicago does go for a trick, and Grundal needs to go for another go with potential big bleeds. He does have Tiger's Fury coming back up very, very soon. Thorns is up in order to try to mitigate some of the damage and pressure from Chicago. Could go for a Tiger's Fury together with a Feral Frenzy. He has both of those coming back up right now. Could potentially make something happen here. Going to be a big bleed. Chicago with a Sunder. Do they have a stun totem to follow? Trying to see if they can let a stun totem. Grundal walking away from him. Chicago with a Chain Harvest gets himself a lot of healing just now. That's going to be Flesh Cup looking to interrupt it. It's going to be a quick interrupt. Chicago still taking a bit of that bleed pressure. I think a lot of the bigger dots are gone. Is able to keep the Feral at bay with that static totem. Grundal is going to decide either stay in there and heal himself or take down the totem and continue the pressure on the Shaming. 24% dampener. Chicago fully bled up. The Storm's back on him. Does have a bit of Maelstrom generated from the Wolves. And Grundal at least has himself a little bit of that frenzied regen. Trying to keep himself alive as best as possible. Chicago with no mana whatsoever. Landing the interrupt. I think it might be over for the bear. Unless Bash with a Cyclone. It's going to be Chicago sundering him down. Vampire going to be up next. But Chicago just being quite spent against the Feral Druid. Trying to go for a bit of a grip. Grippy hands on top of it. Chicago trying to see if they can break away while getting used down onto Vampire. Does go for a Blessed IBF in order to break out of it. Chicago got himself the Aegis Trick and tried to reduce some of the shadow damage from Vampire. But looks like just trying to keep him at bay, trying to keep him far away. It looks like the DK is going to have to commit getting up to in the melee with the rest of the boys in Team 2. With a massive Chain Harvest for Chicago, does get chopped a little bit of healing. If they can spread the Flame Shock on the pets of Vampire, they might be in a fantastic spot. All the pets are being kept away, but the DK is keeping the pressure on Chicago. Is going for a death pack in order to give himself a little bit extra health to work with without having to worry about his own self-healing. And Chicago just tried to see if they could waddle away from going to be an interrupt of Vampire, but I don't think Chicago was casting anything at all. So maybe just one of those situations where you just try to reach it with anything. Hoping that maybe they try to cast, trying to prevent anything whatsoever. Try to hit him with any spell available, even just throwing an interrupt. Chicago had no mana. Actually, a little bit of mana, but the question is Maelstrom does have a little bit to get a fast cast, but not an instant one. It looks like they're literally just going to line aside Vampire completely. Literally just trying to line aside him as best possible. Sunder, the stun totem does hit the pet. Chicago tricking us out on the Strangulate. Needs a little bit more healing on to follow. Just try to create as much line aside as possible. It's going to be the pet, get a sacrifice with Vampire. Try to summon a new one. That's going to be Chicago trying to see if they can maybe get another Chain Harvest. Vampire stuck in the static totem. Does have an AMS for it. Should be able to walk out of it, but the pet is going to be separated. Going to be a slow on to Chicago. Trying not to get interrupted by Vampire. No kick for a bit. Chicago surrounded by the Army of the Dead. Flesh Cut going to get interrupted. Chicago, do they have enough to finish it here? Barely any health. And it's going to be Vampire at no health whatsoever. With iFox looking to shoot him in the back. Literally just kill shot the boy. Didn't give him a chance at all. Well, Sensei popped off and then got taken down by a Feral Druid with all the bleeds in the world. Is there a little Shadow Priest in duels? Well, hopefully maybe get some Shadow Priest in his duels. Diamond. Yeah, Diamond. We could probably get some. Night King ready? Alright, boys, let's get another one going, yeah? Let's get another one going, boys. I think we're going to get either Chicago or DJ Flex Over's ready first. Look at you, bro. Yo, what's up, boys? Yeah, that's a boy. That's the man right there. That's the guy. That's the boy. There's so much damage to SP tissue paper for armor. It's true. They don't really have a lot of armor. They do have a better healing, but not really like crazy amount. Whole group ready? Alright. Yeah, whisper real quick if you got a group. This is gonna be 5 and we'll be good to go. While I save this here. News? Anything new? Best slot legendary for Burning Crusade Classic? Okay. I wonder if any of the TBC legends are gonna make a play in oh, how do I join those? Join up right now. We got some groups in LFG trying to put groups up together. Here we go. Let's get Night King and let's get DJ real quick. And we'll get Night King with Chicago. And we'll start mixing, matching you guys a bit. Signal. It was fun. It was fun. A lot of the monk. I'm actually so surprised there was another one of those situations where Malor Pala had a guy very, very close, very, very low. Like with that, with the monk. He had him like at no health whatsoever. It was one of those situations where it's like if one of my abilities just crit, that would have been over. Sensei basically just sat there like nothing left, sitting in stun, just hoping he doesn't die. And then was able to just one bang the paladin out of the way. But it was one of the situations where it's like, maybe. Just waiting to see if he dies or lives or whatnot. Enter the room where the others should be allowed in these games. Enter the room where all the others are. I mean, I don't think he was trying to go where everybody else were. I think he was really just trying to find some line inside ML. But I get what you mean, though. I get what you mean. It's like you don't want anything sussy in there going on, right? You don't want to like somebody walking in and like maybe like auto attacking them or whatever by accident. And most of the boys like got backed up to try to give them as much space as possible. You know what I mean? So they try to like. I want to give everybody an opportunity to like use as much of the room as they want to, as much of the space as they like. But yeah, I feel you on that. Switch. Got ourselves Vampire over for the team one. We got ourselves Malor Pala kind of in the back, waiting to go flying. We got Grundal, looks like he's going to be first up versus Fatal Limit. That's going to be playing that Affliction Warlock. Trying to go for Human Racial with the Mortal immediately as the bleeds are rotting down. Grundal is just going to back up out. Fatal Limit actually have to pop defenses here. That's going to be Dark Pack, Self-Heal. And it's still melting to his dots. It's going to ramp up some of the dots. I guess maybe you got one or two of them on Grundal. He got himself a Flesh Cup, but the dots should eventually get him out of stealth and should be able to eat away through the Flesh Cup with the Fatal Limit looking for a bit of a reset, I guess, to maybe get some cooldowns back. Actually, no, getting aggressive instead. Just trying to deny any kind of reset for Grundal. Does have himself the Aegis Trinket, absorbing a portion of the magic damage. Fatal Limit getting hit with the end of the stun, trying to go for a wall. They do play the Resolve Trinket, so after that stun, he does have immune to CC and interrupts for a little bit. Trying to see if he creates some land aside versus Grundal. Maybe he can go for a big old drain. Potentially, Grundal has a swarm splitting away. Does get himself a defensive Self-Heal swarm. Mortal against set in. If Fatal actually cancels his own drain life, he probably should have canceled that one. He should have probably let the first one go through because that way he would have had the most amount of ramp up for the drain. But I think he realized at the last second. Does at least have the opportunity to get some dots on the Grundal. Does have opportunity for a Self-Heal. Wait, what are you... Do you just dot up somebody else? I thought you dotted up maybe somebody else for a second. I thought for a second he just like... I thought I saw him move, like almost like he took damage. Hopefully not. I'm hoping we don't have a Affliction War like dotting agonies on everybody just to get more cheesy drain lights or whatever. Hopefully that doesn't happen. Hopefully not. Grundal just looking for a complete reset. It's really going to be down to a Fatal Limit to see if they can respond to the next big burst. This is going to be Flesh Grab. Grundal does not have Berserk just yet. It's really down for us to wait for him. Going to be Fatal with Jacinta in the back, returning his elemental charm. We got Thick. We got ourselves Seamark and Chill Pills on team 2. That's going to be Fatal. Trying to get some dots on the Grundal with a Mortal Coil. Shrink it up for Grun. As he's looking for a complete reset. This is where Fatal just wants to get the most amount of damage and go for a big old Dark Glare. Dark Glare actually should be used a lot more often, I feel like, just to extend your dots. Because it can be quite deadly. Just extending your dots and ramping them up with Contagion can be huge. Grundal just started to see maybe he can get himself a reset. Look for the clean go, but I think it's going to be redoubled by Fatal. Does himself a heal with that renewal. Looking to get some big damage in. Possibly get some dots and more maim onto Fatal. And Fatal just going for a Dark Pact. On team 2, we got ourselves X-Spam waiting in the back. We got ourselves those Digiflex, Vampire, Milor Pala, and Grundal up next. Dark Pack for Fatal. Trying to see if they might be able to... I don't even know if Fatal got that many dots on him. It looks like maybe the minimum amount. I think maybe Grundal for the most part is just trying to reset the Berserk as best as possible. I think he's just trying to just wait until Berserk is back up. 3 minutes are up. And Berserk is back up. I don't know if he has the... He has the 4-piece tier set. But I wonder if he has that other legendary for more cooldown reduction on the tier. Fatal going for a Mortal Maim with a Fear onto the Druid. Wants to go for a full Night Fade burst. He needs to get the most amount of dots there possible. Grundal trying to see if they can go for a Roar Fatal. Got at least some kind of dots on the Grundal. But still needs to get the Night Fade dot and everything rolling. Bash on the Fatal. Can't really do much except Human Rachel. Trying to get the most amount of dots. Going to be Dark Glare joining in. Soul Rod and everything. Drain Life to follow. Grundal going to take a bunch of damage. Wall this damage off. Fatal does recover a little bit of health, but still just melting the dots. Also, is he going to use Dark Pact in order to try to reduce some of the damage to his health bar. Instead, letting the Absorb Shield of Dark Pact deal with it. Cyclone out of Grun. And he does at least get some sort of CC onto Fatal. Looking for a reset completely. This man should hopefully be dispelling the agony off of himself as much as possible, because Fatal otherwise is going to get a lot of value on the damage, soul shard generation, as well as the drain life. Fatal still has the Resolve Trinket. Looks like Grun tried to go for a bit of a flash cut. I don't know if Fatal had the interrupt available, or maybe he's playing the Void Walker Sacrifice for extra health, which maybe that's what he's playing for. Fear onto Grun, got the dots on him. It's going to be a bit of a drain life. And looks like Grun, I think, has a dot that's continuing to do damage to everybody in the group. I think it's a Phantom Singularity. Is that what that's supposed to be? I think it's a Phantom Singularity just around Grundal that I can't see, but it is there. Fatal blinking on top of Grun, trying to go for a fear, bashed by the Feral Druid, looking for a roar with a Cyclone to follow. I think I tried to go for a roar just to go for that Resolve Trinket, like removing the Resolve Trinket buff, right? Phantom for sure? Yeah. It must have been Phantom. It's weird because some of the things, I think it's because the character... I imagine it's because of like, depending if it's an ally or an enemy, certain spells you get to see and certain spells you don't get to see. And I think technically it treats my spectator character as an ally for team 2. So he doesn't show the spell effect for Fatal. Mortal Call, gonna be tricking out of Grun, potentially big damage out of Fatal, getting hit with a maim. That's gonna be Grun trying to see if he can maximize as much damage as possible. Dark Pack for Fatal. It should be able to make the bleeds a little bit less fatal. Trying to go for the dots, trying to go for the Ignite Fate burst. It might have got himself without line of sight, possibly, potentially. Grundal is getting rotted. Drain Life potentially could take him down. Gonna be Grundal trying to see if he can reduce as much damage as possible. Regrowth with a Barak skin. And Fatal Limit trying to keep the pressure on the Feral as best as possible. Bash onto Fatal for a second with a clone to follow. Might have to go for a second clone. And this is gonna be a Resolve Check and kind of disrupting the Cyclones. Because it playstyle, you guys are like it? Yeah. Yo, yeah, sometimes you got druids that do play around in pillars and whatnot, right? We'll see. Maybe you win some in the end. Maybe the long old strategy will pay off. Gonna be a Mortal Call sent in. Grundal gets a roar onto Fatal. Fatal just trying to get some more dots in and able to get that UA as the Feral does do behind the pillar. So Fatal should have, actually doesn't have a lot of cooldowns to work with. Grundal should be getting Berserk back up very, very soon. Fatal should have all the defenses for it unless Grundal can force out the Dark Pack. Force the Dark Pack without Berserk. Wait a second, Fatal might have made a fatal mistake. Wait, I think Fatal actually did make a fatal mistake. This could be really bad because with that Dark Pack, as the cooldowns come up, there goes the Berserk. If the Dark Pack falls off right now, Fatal is going to have a lot of those bleeds go into his health bar. A lot of the bleeds looks like I did get absorbed by Dark Pack, but the health bar is still continuing to struggle unless Fatal can get a line of sight and maybe get himself a drain. The blades could be detrimental. Yet another bleed getting set up. Unless Fatal goes for a drain like now. Actually, might not be a bad idea. Should have a pretty fatty drain stacked up. Big Soul Rod. Maximizing the dots. Is going to be Grundal with the wall as the wall comes out for Fatal. It looks like both of them are just, or at least the Feral is looking to disengage Fatal, looking to chase as best as possible. Just trying to stay on top of Grundal as best as he can. And Grundal's just looking for a complete reset. I don't even know if he got a flesh craft or whatnot. Hope you like dampening. Yeah, this game is definitely going to go into the high dampening as the Feral does not want to give the Warlock any opportunity. But also I feel like the Feral could have killed Fatal Limit. I feel like if he just waited a little bit longer until the Dark Pack was gone and there was no shield, all the damage of the Hellbar would have been deadly. Because as soon as you get Dark Pack, a lot of your burst every minute goes into that shield. And Fatal isn't worried about their health. Because a lot of it just goes into this extra bonus shield. Fatal literally used this Dark Portal just to catch up, just for mobility. What is going on? He's just trying to see if he can maybe get some dots under Grundal and take him out eventually. At some point, he should be able to do it, right? I imagine he got himself Dark Crystal Hysteria. This is where you want to make sure you have the line on the side of the Feral, get him loaded up with dots, maximize the damage together with the Dark Pack, not Dark Pack, but with the Dark Glare, and then rampage those Contagion dots on your enemy, and then the dots themselves might just take him out. Let's go down. Is very, very careful with taking off Agonies. Fatal try to see if he might be able to make someone work with a Fear. Going to be a trick out of Grundal. Eventually, Grundal should be out of options. Normal wall, dotted up, flesh cut. Fatal does not play the interrupt. Got himself the Dark Glare. That's going to be potentially dots extended to Grundal. Fear out in the open, still dotted up. Going to be dots reapplied with another drain. Grundal I think might be down for the count. Unless he got himself any other healing. Did Fatal get enough damage to make this truly fatal? Or is Grundal going to end up getting a lot of recovery? Barak skin while in bear. Actually, now I'm wondering, is Grundal running the Barak skin tanky legendary? I'm wondering. Bash into Fatal. Try to go for a clone. The Resolve Chicken is going to keep him rolling. That's going to be still dots rolling onto Grundal. Does he play a tanky legendary? Can someone check for me? Grundal is melting. Is this where you're going to go? Is this going to be it? Is this going to be done? Is it? Ah, that goes down. Fatal finally found a way to make it a little bit more fatal. Vampire going to be up next. Mordecai getting sent in directly. Going to be Trinket AMS. As it's going to be Big Four. Does Vampire get to grip him back up? Looks like he doesn't. It looks like Fatal's just going to walk away from the AMS for a second to try to wait out. Has Dark Glare coming back up in 50 seconds. Dark Pact is available, so he actually has a lot of mobility. Could pour it if he wants to. Soul Rod. Dark Pact is up, trying to make some damage after his RMP. Get interrupted on Shadow. Going to be a stun to fall. There's going to be a lot of damage from RMP. Just taking him down. There's literally nothing you can do unless you have a human ratio. There's not much you can really do in that situation. Going to be Seavark up next. Over for the team 2. There's a Pandaren trying to go for Mirrors of Torment build versus Vampire. Gonna go for Arcane Explosions. I think he's trying to see if he can build up for missile procs. Literally just trying to max out the missile procs. We're not gonna have a lot of dampening here, so Seavark is gonna have a lot of that healing reduced quite heavily. Same thing for Vampire. I get to just continue to max out as many explosions as possible. Missiles coming over, it's gonna be down. Oh! Just missile barrage of the guy. With a big touch of the Magi to make him take 10% more damage in PvP. X-Spam gonna be up next. Seavark is gonna have to find a way to just CC him and root him out. Gonna be X-Spam going for that Blaze Storm. Does activate himself. Reckless is gone. Reckless is yet again with a banner. Trying to see if he can maximize the damage from Seavark. Seavark with the Envision. Trying to see if he can disengage away from X-Spam completely. X-Spam picking up the eyes. He wants to maintain as much damage out of that, out of the banner, out of the Reckless's, but I don't think he's gonna be able to. Apparently he never picked up the eyes? That's super unfortunate. And that's going to be Seavark trying to see if he can catch up a little bit of mana. He got himself the passive resolve trigger too. Reflect up for X-Spam. Seavark trying to make sure he doesn't get himself reflected. Going to be alter time in case he needs to back up. Got himself missiles, potentially big procs. So it looks like maybe just fishing for procs. I don't know if he was able to get a touch of the Magi onto X-Spam. So I don't know if he was trying to make the most amount of damage here happen or not. Seavark is going for a bit of invis. And it's going to be Mirrors of Torment almost completing. Looks like got interrupted. X-Spam may potentially could get a reflect on the mirrors. That would give him a lot of opportunity to make a play. Otherwise, X-Spam is looking to get himself rooted at some point or another. I think that was reflect just now. It's going to be an opportunity for full Mirrors of Torment with a Blaze Storm. Going to be temporal for Seavark. Going to have a lot of that heal and reduce it. 37% dampening. X-Spam eventually from all his abilities is going to get himself rooted. And the only thing he's trying to hope for is not to get rooted right in front of Seavark. Seavark is going to see the fear. X-Spam might just get rooted. He's going to go for the Whirlwind. Got the root early while Seavark is feared, however. So it's not the worst. Does even get a mount up too. So he was going to be able to reposition. Going to be Seavark trying to make it so a board happen around the corner. X-Spam keeping himself afloat for now. Let's see what more Arcane Explosions trying to keep himself alive. Does get a missiles around the corner. X-Spam while mounted, at least he has himself a little bit of mobility. Reckless is back up. I don't know how it's like on the banner, but he does have Reckless back up. And Seavark trying to see if he might be able to get a better angle on him. Flash cut up for X-Spam. Does blink in, but he doesn't get the proper angle of a blink to get a proper immediate interrupt. Reflect is up for X-Spam. Seavark is just going to end up fire blast himself. Panda Rachel actually does have a Berserk Rage for it. And Seavark at some point is going to have to go for the ult time to put himself back in the position. X-Spam with the Blade Storm does get himself Reckless, and potentially could be lots of rage blows, lots of crushing blows. Looks like Seavark is able to separate away from the guy, keep him slowed as best as he can. 12 minutes in a duel, 44% dampener. And X-Spam is a situation where he still has a big defensive for a heal. He does have himself reflect, which Seavark does remove immediately, and that's going to get a slow into X-Spam. Does he have himself a big go potentially? Or is he looking to maybe just rot down X-Spam? It's going to go for Mirrors of Torment. That's going to give Seavark a lot of opportunity for big missile procs. X-Spam with a massive defensive has himself big damage with a banner to fall. It's going to be lots and lots of damage. Let's X-Spam with something here. It's going to be done for, and I think maybe touch the Magi. Oh, does he go down? Touch of the Magi still on him. Oh, I was gonna say, Seavark did pop off every cooldown. Touch of the Magi is still waiting. Cooking up some bursts. It's gonna be Seavark blinking away from Lord Pal's stun. And as long as he find a way to stay away from Lord Pala in the stun, he'll be in a fantastic spot. It's gonna be Door Shadows for Seavark as Lord is turned into a bee. Actually has a mog with like a little bit of yellow to it. So he literally looks like a bee kind of IRL. Or in the game at least. Got himself an interrupt on versus the holy heal of Lord Pala. All the time is out for Seavark. Is going to be able to recover a little bit of health. Got himself the shield. Hammers flying from Lord Pala. Those shields are going to be 50% less effective because of the dampening. Seavark got himself limited amount of survivability here. He's going to have to be very, very careful when he uses Ice Block. All the time, shields, blinks, everything he can to get himself a little bit of recovery, a little bit of survivability. That's going to help him out a ton. Touch of the Magi, potentially big damage. Lord Pala just trying to see if he might be able to line his side it completely. There's still a bunch of missiles flying in at Lord Pala. Seavark has got himself a orb and evocation to follow him. Got himself just a little bit extra mana. Touch of the Magi did... What? Huh? What was that? Was that the execute? Did you get a sneak in a barrage in between of that? What was that? Oh my goodness. Huh? Was that a touch of the Magi? What was that? I was surprised, boys. What exactly? Huh? That's what I'm saying. He just died. I don't know what happened. I think he was trying to sneak around and kind of cut across between the stairs and the box and see if I saw him with a millipixel and sent a barrage in there as soon as he could. And then just, I guess it just had the fattest crit ever. Didn't even say to touch him. I know, right? I was either touching the Magi with a huge delay damage and just its animation, or it was a barrage. Let's see if I try to see if he might be able to survive Digiflex. He doesn't have a lot of health at all. The bet is going to end up getting maybe a little bit of value. Looks like Mirror's Torment wasn't GJ. It's going to be Panda Rachel. See what? Oh, big kill shot. There's nothing you can do at the end. Literally nothing you have left at the end. Kill shot at the end does take him down. And the way that pandas die, it looked like the kill shot literally hit him right in the face. It looked realistic. It was like method acting. It would look really, really good. Gonna be Jacinta up next. As an Elemental Shaman needs to get himself a Flame Check on the DJ as well as the pet and get as many lava bursts as possible. The Fire Elemental is actually going to give Jacinta a lot of lava burst procs. If they can make someone work with that, they'll be a great spot. Needs to use the wall from the Earth Elemental as soon as possible to give himself some survivability. Manic bandages are up for DJ Flex to find a way to remove it as soon as he can. And the Earth Elemental might be helpful in that. Gonna be Flake Shot on Jacinta with a short stun on Digiflex, knocking it back for a second. The Jacinta have the biggest burst possible. Digiflex just looking for a Aegis, and Aegis absorbing a lot of that damage, but Jacinta breaks through it really quickly. The other Shaman does have a lot of survivability, can heal. Digiflex is looking for the kill shot procs if he can get any at all. That's gonna be lighting lots of way. Digiflex dudes go down. Earthshock to follow. Granted, Jacinta does go for Eternal Shell. I think Jacinta's over with the dots. Digiflex barely survived that. I know, right, my lord? What happened? What was the last thing that hit you? Was that a barrage? Gonna be a freezing trap for thick Thanos? Yeah, thick Thanos. And a total shell to follow. Yeah, I'm actually really wondering too that, my lord. What happened at the end? Thick Thanos trying to see if he might be able to pack it over there. Pack up the bags of Digiflex, maybe take him out. I'm into follow blade dance. I think it's over. Digiflex with a fake death. Stun to follow. Wait, this man. What the? Oh! What happened there? That was a fatty kill shot. Not gonna lie. Chilpa's is dropping down to big pets. It's gonna be a bomb. Look, there's nothing. Nothing to stop this man. Digiflex wasn't even gonna mess with it. It's like, I'm out. Alright, boys. Let's get another going. Yeah, we gotta get the Team Night King another chance in these duels, boys. That was ridiculous. You want one for Ali? Let's get Team Chicago if we get a +1 alliance, yeah? Gotta find the Demon Hunter? Wait, really? Oh, hey. Clip below with the Mexican barrage and a crit. Damn, dude. That was something. That's what I thought it was, but it's hard to tell, honestly. It was impossible to tell. It just... I thought he literally got a heart attack. I was gonna say, like, what happened? You had the pillar? I think there's a little millipixel of you when you're walking up the stairs in the box. There's like a millipixel where you're on the side and then you're not, and in that pixel he like spam barrage and then just like got it. He saw it, sent it, and then we're like following behind the pillar. As long as he has line of sight of you and he starts casting it, that's it. As long as he starts casting and he sees you, that's it. It's gonna be up in there. I went through the waterfall and the box couldn't see it coming. Yeah, that's crazy. So you had the waterfall and everything? Damn. And I thought like you were good too. You were like trying to make sure there's line of sight too. And you have plenty of health too. Like any other spell wouldn't have killed you. But that was like the execute 120% more damn and a crit. Dude, that was a fat crit. Big brain plays. Crazy. Horror group done rip. I'm sorry about that, WAP. If somebody wants to remake the group, you guys are more than welcome to. Jim, the only one with scary people leave the game before I hit the CDs. I know, right, Steve? Chill pills. You're the only one who never really got to play there, dude. What was that all about? I agree with that. That was injustice, man. Injustice of the grippy hand, man. Injustice of the unholy DK burst. Just bailing like that. I mean, when they know what to expect, like I don't blame them at all. But damn. Yo, do we get a +1 for Team Chicago? Chicago's looking for +1, boys. If you want to find the group, check LOG top number 5 entry. You might be able to find them. Is that a jump trying to make a 5-man group, or is that like somebody else doing something else? These guys, yo, my lord, thanks for popping in, man. Hopefully we'll see you more around on streams again. Or if you want to keep the group going on the Horde side, you're more than welcome to. But like, chills, not playing the... Oh, come on, man. Come on, Douglas. Chicago, let me know when you're ready. Dude, I've been enjoying these duels a lot, man. This has been a blast so far. Thank you guys so much for popping in, man. I appreciate you. I love hanging out with all you boys. Chill pills CY. Oh, come on. Dude, I want to see chill pills pop off too, man. want to see my boy give it a good old college try, give it a good old shot too. Come on, Douglas, I want to see that man. We do have a lot of death nits though. I feel like I noticed with this 9.2 we get a lot more death nits popping into these duels. We got a couple on EU, a couple on NA. It used to be like Chilpa's the only one that's really repped without Frosty. Nowadays it's like, nowadays we got what? Chicago I think is the only one that's really doing a lot of that shaman gameplay except with Jacinta. And Seaverick is definitely like the only arcane. Warlocks, a lot more of them everywhere. Duels are the most fun to watch. Wow, dude, duels have been the everyone's favorite pastime for so long. Duels have been the original competitive, I guess somewhat competitive thing in World of Warcraft before anything. Like before there was like rated battlegrounds, before there was arenas, there was the dueling arena. I guess it was also like honor grinding for PGs. There was the dueling arena. They could duel each other outside of Stormwind and Orgrimmar, proving metal to everybody else. This is how you met. That's how you could tell who was the man and the boys. You could separate the two. You can figure out who really had it and who didn't. Just dueling one another. And you knew the top tier duelers, the guys that popped off, you knew them by name, dude. You were afraid of those dudes. You could tell that they had some of the best gear and they've earned it. That rocks that commentator. I'm glad you guys enjoy it. I had to fight chill, not at a panda so I could brew this match with my axes. Wait, one to fight chill, not the panda. Oh, versus like Seavark? I don't know, Seavark was popping off there. I feel like somebody needed to shut him down too. Seavark was making Arcane look way too good. People are gonna be like, Seavark was making Arcane look so good, people are gonna be like, wow, nerf Arcane. We're just like, that's not what they need at all. So I'm down 11, 10 out of 1 heroic, the jailer and heroic. Yo, King, I believe you can get the AOTC, my guy. I believe in the cleave, my man. Yo, Molderfist, I see you, YouTube member, my guy. What's up, my man? I see you in disc. Yo, my man, hope you're having a good one. Hell yeah. Chicago. Yo, we still need +1 for Team Chicago, boys. Just need a +1. One more in Alliance, and we're good to go. Chicago, Revendare. I know you guys got maybe somebody, anybody that's looking for a +1 that could maybe join in for a duel. Maybe could join in and help participate in the 5V5 1v1s. Show these boys what's what. We have a survival hunter in that group as well. They never really get to play it either. Dude, I like the mix we got going on. I gotta update some more because we got some new NCS songs. Me and Kren are gonna have to sit and listen through some of the NCS songs. And she's gonna have to help me decide like what should we add to the mix or not. It really just like, it just gotta listen to the mix. I gotta like imagine the commenting situation and be like, do I like that song? Imagine like a dope moment. Could I see that song playing in a dope moment in a dueling arena? If yes, it's another mix. If not, then it's like, get it out of there. Seavark ruined that chance. I think so. I got a bit of fear against you. Wanted to use Seavark ruined the chance. Oh no! Oh no! I would have loved to see it, man. I would have loved to see it. Do we see only +1? Chicago, do you get them? Is Chicago saying 5 that they're ready, or is it like they still need +1? Chicago, what do it look like? Never got a good matchup. Now it's my turn. I know, right? Yeah, I remember the last week. Seavark, we were trying to get you like a decent matchup. We're like, okay, 1v5. Okay, maybe Seavark can play here. Okay, maybe Seavark will get a chance. And last week it just wasn't a lot lucky at all. Obviously confident in your root break. Oh yeah, the roots. Yeah, the resolve check now break does not immune roots anymore, does it? That's interesting. Yeah, Seavark, I've been watching some clips of Mitch Jones. I want to know what he's doing. I want to do some 1Ds. 1Ds. 4 out of 5. Chicago Steelers a +1, boys. If you guys want to join in some Chicago, check the pin in the chat. Or if you want to join Chicago and Team Alliance, there's player premier group, custom PvP. Find a group, type number 5 in the search and hit enter. You should see a 5v5 1v1 group over in LFG, boys. Inside Dark Iron, I did a polymer video a while ago. Couldn't play it, just boring. Yeah, I feel you. Play whatever you like, honestly. Play literally whatever you like. I'm just saying, like, I watched it, I'm like, I want to do that. I want to mess with that. You know me, though. I like them cheese, dude. I like, some people look at Kyrian and Shaman and like, wow, that's kind of like lucky and a bit degenerate of a playstyle. Fine, let's go. You know, some people look at that playstyle and be like, you know what, that's kind of a degen playstyle, you know what I mean? Like, because it kind of is. I look at them like, oh, that looks like fun. Some people are like, man, this is a bit of a degen, like, It's a bit of like RNG Fiesta play style. Oh, Trollveron, dude. We got the biggest... Well, we'll get Trollveron out of the way, dude. Biggest arena possible. Probably creates for some of the longest duels ever. But it's okay. Oh my god, we got monks galore. Jesus. We got class, we got Anderson. Let's go, boys. Bit of variety, not just hunters. I like that. I don't know about having that many monks, but I'm okay with that. 2 monks will work fine, right? Definitely, right? It's one of those things where a monk is gonna... I'm gonna be a little bit pessimistic here, boys. A big arena, a monk, mobility class. I don't know how that's gonna go, but hopefully it'll go aight. I'm just saying. I'm just saying because I thought you were ice. Fair enough. Good Twitch. You do that with the bonuses as them. I'll share a version. All right, sounds good. Is this one? Okay. This is gonna be interesting to see, Mark. I'm excited. We got ourselves and his son over on the team too. Gnome. I like that goggles thing though, dude. I think that really makes gnomes like super unique with the goggles. I mean, it's kind of like NG goggles, but has like a gnomish spin to it, and like the rest of the armor looks really good. The heritage set. We got ourselves class over here as a dark iron paladina. Looks like he's gonna be first up. Looking to maybe. Oh no, looks like it is gonna be Anderson. We got ourselves Sensei when Walker in the back. We got ourselves Tins God. What is this? It looks like a birthday hat or something. We got ourselves Chicago on their mount as well. Where's team 1? We got ourselves Shield Pills as the unholy DK. I love that weapon. It looks so good with that set. We got ourselves Seamark looking deadly. We got ourselves Fatal gonna be first up with Jakinta in the back as well as Steak Thanos. And there's going to be Fatal going for the Mortal Coil a little bit early. And this end is going to go for a Trinket. Death Shock him immediately. That's going to be Fatal. Getting hit with a wall. Or going for the wall. Trying to get some cast over to Anderson. Porting in the Dark Pact is going to keep him alive here. Wall and Dark Pact. Maybe overlapping those two defenses a little bit too early. Anderson can go for a Feign Death playstyle. Literally has a crab with a knife. Literally got a scuttling crab with a knife. Those things from the Shatar, aren't they? Dude, those things are even scarier than normal crabs. I don't know what it is. I think it's that long ass nose looking thing on them. That spine that looks like a nose. I feel like that thing looks scarier than the normal crab, honestly. Is Anderson not playing the Craven Stratagem Legendary? It looks like it's taking quite a bit of damage. The dog is still very, very interested in him. Gonna be the pet. Completely dotted up. Is definitely gonna have to keep the pet alive as best as they can. Gonna be a board by Fatal. Trying to see if he might be able to get a line of sight. Definitely needs to go for a slow one to Addison as soon as possible. Mortal Coil getting hit. That's also gonna be a Soul Rod. All the dots are up. Fatal with seeing Addison go for a Craven Stratagem. Does play the Craven. Is able to remove that UA. Puts him in the silence too. I never realized it did that. Looks like it was able to get him redotted a little bit. But the pet should actually be taking quite a bit of damage unless the hunter is very, very careful with the pet mend. It should hopefully be pretty careful with it as well. What's up, Blue Eyed Wonder? How you doing, my guy? Don't worry a second. We're walking Corey. You'll be fine, man. I think it'll be okay. I think it'll be okay. Anderson's still taking a little bit of dots, trying to keep the pet alive as best as they can. Fatal looking for a port. Does get the port and it's probably going to get a slow maybe. It looks like just getting dots on Anderson instead. That's going to be a big old grenade trigger for Fatal. Does have the Dark Pact to survive it a little bit. Is able to get himself, I think, a Warlock Hellstone for a bit of a heal. Going to be a turtle shell for Anderson as they're taking those dots. Definitely to continue using Feign Death as much as possible with the Craven Stratagem to keep himself alive as best as possible. Fatal try to see if he might be able to keep up with Anderson. Needs to make sure the dots are on the pet at all times. Trying to maintain the dots on Anderson, who is running down little by little. Is able to remove those dots from time to time. What is rotting you right now? It doesn't look like you have any kind of dots in you, but you're still melting. What is going on? Like, I don't see any, like, your pet has like all this shadow around them, like they're dotted, but with you, it doesn't really look that way. What's hurting you? What is hitting you? Wait, did you put the dot on your pet? Wait, did you put a Phantom Singularity on the pet? Is that what's going on? I think I literally put a Phantom Singularity on the pet. What is going on? And instead is at least able to get a little bit of healing here and there. Gonna be Fatal, try to go for even more dots on Anderson. Gonna be a stun, and Anderson just trying to see if they can keep the range away from Fatal. Dark Pact should keep him alive. But Anderson is dotted up a little bit. Definitely needs to go for a bit of a reset. Got himself the Flesh Cock as well as the Gnome Racial to keep him moving. Fatal does need a Freezing Trap. At some point, Fatal is just gonna have to take a Freezing Trap or take a CC and use that immunity to stuns and interrupts to then chase after the Hunter. It looks like the Hunter is gonna go for a complete reset. Just like the Pharaoh did last time. So we're going to be down to Fatal, trying to see if we can find an angle, get some dots onto Anderson. That's really about it. That's about all they can do. That's about all they can hope for. Maybe land a slow Mortal Coil Fear, get that chain CC onto Anderson after they go for a Feign Death. Maybe that's what I'll have to do, but definitely used to wait until Feign Death, then load him up full of dots, then potentially Dark Glade before the troll shows back up. Just load him up full of dots, and that might be the only way they could really beat him. As it looks like for Anderson, they don't really have a strategy of like how to get the kill. Maybe they're waiting for CDs, but it looks like they're just playing on defensive. Eventually playing defensive like this, it's going to force them to fall behind. They need to start focusing on trying to create an opportunity to score a kill. Stun, potentially this way make a big play. Going to be the trinket back up. Going to be trinket for Allison. Trying to keep Fatal in the trinket. Going to be a dark pack with a wall as Fatal did use all the defenses. Got a couple of dots on Addison. Knows there's a trap waiting for him. Probably charge trap. He's going to be able to dot on the pet at the very least. And keep him rolling. And Addison just kind of waiting out, I guess. With a Feign Death. Potentially be himself a heal. Is that a Phantom Signal into the pet? Again, just keeps getting himself. He's just still rotting to something. I'm not really sure to what. But something's continuing to hurt him. It's going to be a freshly dots applied by Fatal. And I think it might be over for the Hunter. Freezing trap on a Fatal. As to take a bit of damn. Got himself acceleration. Actually, get to see a live. Hello, what's up, Villain Drill? How you doing, man? Hope you're having a good one. We got Addison just trying to see if they can prolong the game versus Fatal. Trying to die immediately. But so far, Addison just doesn't have an offensive strategy, only has a defensive strategy. Maybe they're just literally waiting for the Resolve Trinket. Does get a stun to Fatal, got the Chakra, but doesn't commit anything else. Just gets a stun, Chakra, and just backs up out of it, which Fatal doesn't really deal with it at all. He just pops the Dark Pack. And his health doesn't really go anywhere. Mortal again scented. Silence with a Chimeric Poison to Fatal. Potentially could get him a setup. That's going to be Fatal. Needs to get some kind of CC chain onto Addison. There goes the Craven stratagem. Potentially Feign Death. This way you need to put up as many dots as possible on him and get the most amount of damage out there. This is perfect opportunity for Fatal to make himself a big play. UA's getting set up. Addison is going to dot it up potentially with all the dots that are erupted. Dark Glare could extend those dots by quite a bit. Unless maybe he's waiting for that Soul Rot. No, maybe not. I was gonna say maybe like if you erupt your dots and then extend them, maybe that'll just be enough. Because Addison gets real low every single time you put up dots on him, but not quite enough to die. As to go for resets. Back to the skills animations is impressive. Yo, we've been doing this for a while. It's just something I'm really into, man. Just commentating the duels and watching them. Just watching the different strategies, watching the different plays. It's really fun for me. I don't think it's fun for Addison though. So far, Addison is just playing on the defensive though. I mean, what is the strategy? Does get a camera, but the pets are dotted up or something? No, no longer dotted. I thought that's something to help move in the other direction. Shadow Fury, missing them. At some point, they're just gonna have to figure something out. Addison needs some kind of an offensive strategy. Boring this Hunter. I think they're just trying to do everything they can to live, but they're not really trying to do everything to kill the other guy. So I don't really know. Maybe they're waiting for that high dampener. Until we get to see Arena though? Oh, maybe like whenever Tay is like, yo, let's play. Actually, Tay's been asking me to play for a while. I need to get some games with Tay. Because he was like, yo, can we just get one quick win? I was like, yo, let's just hit 2400. Because we're like, I don't know, like 80 points away. Like, might as well. Used to be a rule if someone stalls this much, everyone ganks at him. Honestly, a part that has been asked before, like, there's a possibility for a rule like that. I mean, I try to keep it 1v1, and sometimes like you have long games where maybe they're able to prolong it, maybe they're able just to get themselves the proper setup, like maybe Addison tried to get wall out for Fatal. Let's get a Malefic Rapture on top of it. It looks like maybe Addison fought himself some strategy, gonna be drained with the Turtle Shell as Addison tried to play a little bit defensive, drain life for Fatal as I look to continue the pressure rolling. And maybe for situations like this, when Addison found some kind of like a setup, found some kind of a build, found some kind of like a go. But yeah, this game where the Pharaoh did nothing but run Kabok. But literally the old time down. Yeah, that's true. That's true. C-Work. I still remember that. I still have them recorded. It was literally went out like full 20 minutes. It was crazy. Yo, Fatal at some point is gonna have to figure something out. I mean, the only thing they could do is maybe human racial out of a stun, and maybe potentially rot down the pet of Anderson. Is trying to get some dots. Freezing trap. That's gonna be Death Shock up to break it. Doesn't have a port. That's gonna be again just running, just trying to get away. Doesn't really have an offensive strategy. Just has a defensive strategy. At some point, try to go, but like by the time they have a go, like all the cooldowns are back up for Fatal. So I don't really know. Anderson just, I guess it's gonna take the sweet time. Waiting. Reverence, what's up, my guy? What you doing, my dude? The CC stun and the healing PvP is one reason I don't PvP anymore. CC stun and healing in PvP. You don't like rock controls and stuns in PvP? I mean, I feel like stuns and CC in PvP fits a little bit better than like PvE. Because imagine if we just stood there and DPS each other with DPS raise the whole time. I feel like that'd get pretty boring. I kind of love crowd control, honestly. Crab with a knife? Crab does have a knife. Except Addison doesn't really have a knife. The crab looks honestly a little bit deadlier than Addison has been playing super defensive this whole time. Dude, we're about to hit that 9 minutes and Addison's been running this whole time. Yo, Fatal, at some point this man is just gonna have to figure out something. Just find a way to get a board, to get some dots on Addison. That route is gonna slow him down by quite a bit. Definitely needs to keep the pressure. Addison's super low. At some point, you're just gonna have to go once at Addison. Use the feign death. This is where you load him up with any kind of dots and get a dark layer and let that thing melt him down. Addison doesn't have a lot of health to really work with. Finally get some dots. I would say just burn a dark layer. I don't know what to call him. Seriously, just dark layer. Drain live gonna be a turtle. As long as Fatal can find a way to just deal with the next freezing trap, that might be okay. Freezing trap is going to stop in place. Try to stay on top of Addison as best as I can. Hit him with a slow. Curse of exhaustion definitely needs to be applied as soon as possible. And Addison is going to be able to break out of it. Should be able to get himself a feign death at some point. Fatal should be aware there's going to be a freezing trap at some point. One of these traps is going to trip it. And there it is. And Addison just waited out. That's exactly what we need the fastest meta to ever exist. All the healing. Over 200% of heals to quit the game. You think so? Maybe. Yeah, I guess. Healing and no CC. Just make it all a DPS race. This is all about DPS race. It's like tap racer, but a DPS race in one another. Maybe that'll be interesting. Someone gagged the hunter. The dampening is definitely going to be pretty high for the team Chill Pills and the rest of the team too. Definitely going to be really high. So the core PvP, every class didn't always have a stun to heal. They bring back the rock paper scissors gameplay, like in even classic. Interesting, maybe. I don't know if every class has a stun nowadays. Like majors don't. Shadowlands do. Shamans do. A capacitor, does it count? I guess it kind of counts, right? Zero much the core PvP has always been. I guess technically, like mages didn't have a stun back in classic. Warlocks didn't have a stun back in classic, so I guess you can kind of see that. Did Warriors have a stun back in classic? I don't think Warriors had a stun. I think it was only like Paladin and Rogue. Maybe like one more. I don't remember who though. Bear, Druid, Bear from Bash. Gonna be stunned to Fatal, and Addison just goes for a feign death. Are you still dotted? They're still dotted. They're still taking damage from somewhere. Literally put up the turtle shell. Did he even play Craven Stratagem Legendary? Now I'm wondering if Addison is even playing Stratagem Legendary. Captain does not count. Not a stun. Not a real stun. Crazy. Mid sell Poly and Fire have blind. But that does not count that as a stun though. He's playing Turtle Lego? Turtle Lego? What's a Turtle Lego? Wait, he's playing a Lego where he gets shorter cooldown on aspects? So he has a shorter cooldown on Turtle and Cheetah and aspect of the Eagle? Addison's playing a real weird build. I was thinking they were playing maybe a Feign Death Lego at some point or another. That's an interesting one. Really? I wonder if there's like a value to it? Or is that just like a build that wanted to give it a try just for funsies? Is able to remove magic damage though, at least some portion of the magic damage off themselves with a Feign Death. So they're not really going for a proper Feign Death, but is this taking a bit of damage? This is where Addison goes down? Maybe? Medic Benich? Dotted up? Oh, what is that? So wait, and you're gonna tell what? Chat, what did we just witness? Addison just waited for so long and running for Fatal this whole time. 12 minutes in a duel, 46% dampener. Well, damn. Looks like these boys should be able to at least have the fastest duels possible, though. Tense God going for a full-on Fist of Fury onto Fatal. Trying to see if he can create some line of sight. Fatal unable to really get a cast off. Could maybe get a fear, but Tense God taking him out. Well, there's that. I think that we're just trying to see if they can make play some kind of like a survivability build. Now the game begins. 83% dampen, exciting. Oh, this is going to be interesting. This is definitely going to be interesting chill post. I think it's going to be like literally people taking each other out one after the other. Think going to be up next, trying to see if he might be able to get himself a go versus Tins. Tins did just use a BDB as well as one-sided move. Just got himself a trigger for that CT break and does get that spear hand strike for the eye beam. I guess poking the hand in the eyeball of Thing. Going to be a knockdown with a horn. It's going to be Tins potentially bounce, but does have a cover for it for the eye beam. And looks like Thing, you just look at you maybe burn right through the karma and take it out as soon as possible. Actually, no. Instead, back it up out, does not want that karma to build up any more than it needs to. Thing still has the metamorphosis for a bit longer, does have himself, I think it's the one breaking the ink cap for a second. Tins looking for a bit of a reset, trying to give himself a little bit of recovery. Flash cut back up. Thick does not play with the Necrolord, so he doesn't have the same survivability. Lexu does have a trick for it though. Try to go for a little bit of a blade rush or a blade dance. Stun onto Tins got with an item to follow. It's going to be a grenade trick, and I don't know whose. I think maybe Tins or Thick. One of them dropped down a grenade casually. Tins continues to stay away from as best as possible. Got himself a port with a ring of peace. It's going to be a Thick getting past it. And again, more of that stretch Armstrong going on with the ink cap. Why is it the Demon Hunter are the only ones that left stretching like that anymore? Used to be some other classes too, but I think it's only Demon Hunter's got like stretchy mechanics about him. BDB around the corner, expecting for the Demon Hunter to swing around. Tins just trying to predict this as best as he can. Big ol' IBM with Tins with another stun to follow. Gonna be a port. Does the Demon Hunter finally have enough damage and enough mobility to chase and finish this off? Tins, I think, is just waiting out for the next ink cap, maybe potentially a leg sweep. I don't know if he's got BDB on this or not at all. But he's trying to keep himself alive. Thick cap is used, waiting for a couple more seconds until the next leg sweep. Hopefully Thick just maybe rushes around, drops down Darkness. If he can Darkness a leg sweep, he'll be in a fantastic spot. Ring of Peace as Tim's just trying to get him as much recovery as possible. Stun around the corner, doesn't really have for it. Gonna be aiming from afar with a hunt to follow around. Since Mike doesn't go down, Carpet to follow. Thick trying to see if he can break through it. Fist of Fury might be able to turn this around with a massive Fist of Fury. Thick, does he have enough here? Gonna be a soul ship. I think it's a soul ship just to get himself whatever healing he can. As Stins is trying to get some recovery as well. Thick just waiting out for cooldowns, I think, at this point. Needs to get back in there. Does not need to allow this monk to recover that much health. This monk is just casting Vivifies. He needs to get back in there. While this monk got energy, he's just going to keep casting Vivifies and recover fully. You need to get in there and make it play. Trinket available for Tins God in case things go bad. It's going to be Thick. Try to see if I might be able to, I think, go for an I-beam. Maybe got capped on the I-beam. And Thick looks like he's going to back out completely. Is he waiting for something? Thick doesn't really have a lot in terms of defense. It does have a trick, if anything, though. Tins dropping down. A weird Ring of Peace. I couldn't tell if it was like aggressive or whatnot. But Thick is trying to avoid him as best as he can. Dampen is going to be really high up. Thick cannot re-heal up. He's definitely got to have himself a go versus Tins God and just take him down. I don't know if playing out the game longer is going to help him out really at this point. Going to be a trick for Tins immediately. Thick just needs to go for as many defenses as possible as he can. And either get aggressive or defensive or something. I think he's got to make a play. Actually, dodge the touch of death. Wait, this Demon Hunter just dodged in the Darkness a touch of death. Tins literally hit him with a touch of death, and Darkness absorbed all that damage. That is actually incredible. Chilpa's looking to maybe take this nonsense out of the game, take these boys down, got himself the swarm, the A-bomb limb, trying to see if he can catch up to the monk. Looks like he's going to try to see if he can hit him around the corner. Going to be short stun on Tins. And Chilpa's is going to be able to walk right through the Ring of Peace. That's going to be a Karma, and Tins God looks like he wants to reverse a lot of the Karma damage back to Chill Pills, but he ends up playing the good Karma, so he's not getting any kind of healing. It's just going to be raw damage to Chill Pills. Looks like maybe Class is up next, or Chicago? Potentially Sensei? We got no healing at this point, dude, and Klaus walking in with full immunities, ready to go. Chill Pills doesn't really have much in terms of survivability. Does get a slow into Klaus, who has a Hand of Freedom together with a pony up, or I guess a goat up, because he does have a go for a mount. IBF for Triples immediately needs to get himself as much recovery, or at least reduce as much damage from Klaus as he can. Looks like Klaus is going for the Dark Iron Racial. Oh no, not that. Looks like just a normal dispel against the diseases. It looked like maybe he used the Dark Iron Racial for a second. I saw a cleanse effect around him. I thought maybe, because if he uses a cleanse, that's going to put his Trinket on cooldown, which could be really, really bad. Stun to Klaus as he got himself a Hand of Freedom. Trinket being used really, really early. Going to be AMZ down, but Chilpos should be able to give him a little bit of that survivability. Klaus, oh, what happened? Wait, what'd you do to that boy? That guy just was trying to bail out and just crushed him. What happened? What's up, King? How you doing, man? Hope you having a good one. Okay, boys, please get a hashtag King Chaos in chat. Becoming a member 8 months in a row, my man. Thank you so much, my guy. How you doing, beauty? Thunder on Chill Pills with the sun to follow. It's gonna be Chicago trying to see if they can just alley blast Chill Pills. As the DK got nothing left with 79% dampen, there's only so much they could do. Yo, hashtag King Chaos, boy. It's Chicago looking to blink towards Shivak. This is gonna be Polymorph, and Shivak is just actually gonna burn some damage into the missiles onto the totem. That's gonna be interrupted onto Shivak. I don't know if he got interrupted on Arcane. Looks to explain the Night Fae. Interesting. So he's got himself a slightly different build here. Slightly different build. for Arcane Mage. Shift the power being used in order to get cooldowns back. I think just try to go for another touch of the magic. Definitely is going to have to find a way to deal with Chicago and the interrupt. Playing the result trinket, so for Chicago it might be interesting here. Trying to land a polymorph. Gonna be kick, interrupted, but actually maybe early. See work with a massive vis, touch of magic. Ooh, big Arcana Sphere, potentially huge damage. Possibly what could this be? Oh, Chicago super low in health. Massive execute. What is going on? Oh my god. And this eye dampener. They ain't no survivability. You either got big immunities and defenses or you don't. Big quick panda racial onto Sensei. See if we blink it away. Oh my goodness. For the game to go from how long it took and how slow it was at the beginning between the Hunter and the Warlock, to then how fast it's going now with high dampener, there's only so much you can do. Nova onto Sensei is going to be able to break out of it. Seaverk try to go for a poly. Looks like it's going to be BDB down. Seaverk does have an Icebuck. Is going to go for Icebuck with a bit of a temporal, healing him up as well. We got a bunch of oh my god, boys. And Valentine member as well. Yo, boys. What's up, Val? How you doing, man? Yo, new member of the stream team. How you doing, my guy? How you doing, man? Hope you're having a good one. Sensei going for a big old kick with Seaverk. Got himself all the time. He'll be able to use all the time to at least reposition away from Sensei. He got himself a poly. Sensei does not have an out. Wait, is this going to be it? Is this going to be a go? He got his karma. I don't know if he'll be able to do much with it. No execute. That's gonna be diffused. Try to see if he can karma to Seaverk. Try to see if he can position. Maybe hit him with the karma. Seaverk just trying to keep away from the guy as best as he can. Wait, Sensei. Trying to go for a real fight. Decides against it. Still trying to maybe get close enough. Karma. Does he go for a heal now? He has to go for a heal at this point. He knows he can't really heal with Seaverk being out and about. And imagine Sensei might be in a bad spot. Seaverk continuing to get slows on him. Ultra time is up. Nova in cap. Boop towards. Sensei trying to see if he can boop him in here. Doesn't hold the time for it. Wait, Sensei could go down either way. Barrage? Does that do a lot of damage? Wait, hold on. Oh, Seaverk actually finished it. No way. What was that burst out of the Arcane Mage at the end? My goodness. What is going on? Oh my god. Yo, that was a long duel, but all the exciting moments happened in the last like 10 minutes. Crazy. Yo, I'm so surprised. How did that Hunter live for as long as he did without Craven stratagem, by the way? He just played it out for as long as he could. Jesus. Yeah, that's crazy. That's actually insane. I really want to see what you did there. Like what Soulbind you ran for to make it happen and everything. That was nuts. My goodness. I wonder what kind of gear you got for it too. Yo, Valendril, thank you so much for becoming a member, man. Yo, feel free to spam the emotes on the chat as much as you want to, fam. Spam the emotes in the chat as much as you want to every time we stream. You've earned it. And also, for becoming a member, link your YouTube account on Discord. We have a Discord link down below for the community Discord. Link YouTube with Discord, and you'll get a special role in there, my man. Thank you for the support. I really do appreciate you. Thank you so much, my guy. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I can't say thank you enough. Yo, Chicago, let me know if you got a group. Wow. Yeah, that execute was nuts. Definitely nuts. But the windows will be different across. Oh yeah, it's gonna be a lot easier to make groups together for sure. It's gonna be. We're not gonna have like a DJ was looking for a horde group, but hordes fell apart. So it's like, well, Milord Palette wants to play, but there's no hordes on right now. So like, it's hard to make a horde group. But it's gonna be like you're making a group, not a horde group or alliance group, just a group. So Nike will be able to get anybody and everybody in there. Chicago will be able to get anybody and everybody in there. And people can play their mains and alts as any faction they want to. It's going to be so fun. I cannot wait for Blizzard to release 9-5. Blizzard, could you please release 9-5 in 2 weeks? Like, they even said that Season 4 is not going to come together with the release of 9-5. So just release 9-5 tomorrow. And give us like Season 4 after. A little bit later. Just release 9-5 so we can have cross-faction now. Because that'd be awesome. Chicago Night King up next. Let's go, boys. How many are we at now? 6? Jesus. Tiger Speak. I like this one. Tiger Speak is a good arena. It's a fantastic arena. Alrighty, boys, let's get ourselves some more 5V5 1v1 duels for the evening, man. I've been enjoying these games a lot, by the way, boys. Super fun hanging out with all of y'all, by the way. Thanks so much for chilling, man. We do this every single week. Friday for EU, Saturday for NA, and you guys are always welcome to join in. 5 finale. Did I queue you a little early? Oh, you got 5. Okay, cool, cool. I thought maybe I queued it a little early. I'm glad that I didn't. All right, boys. Let's get ourselves some more duels for the evening. I saved that last one, right? I swear to God I did. I know I did. I feel confident in that one. Switch. Sensei getting to play first up. Over for the team 2. We got ourselves Diabolicals in the back as well. Ooh. I like the candle. We got ourselves Annie. We got ourselves Tints. And we got ourselves Chicago. It looks like Sensei is going up versus Thick off the bat. These two have a bit of a rematch. Two of the fastest moving classes in the game. Gonna be Thick. Just going in with a Metaverse together with a Soul Shape. It's gonna be Meta and right on top of Sensei. And he's trying to see if he can rush around him. I-beam getting interrupted. Literally poking his hand right in the eyeballs. Plugging him with 2 fingers. Gonna be a hunt right now for Thick. Trying to make the hunt more of an offensive option rather than aggressive. Trying to use the hunt in order to give himself some survivability. It's gonna be another Blade Rush with Thick taking a lot of damage from the Karma. He needs to back up out of there quick and prison onto Sensei. Doesn't have a darkness or anything at all. I think it might be down to Sensei. Seeing if he might be able to take down Thick with a single kick. Gonna be a Blade Rush. Ooh, quick touch of death as he drops down to the ground. Taking him out fairly quickly. What do you put your YouTube in Discord? What do you put our YouTube in Discord? It should be if you go Val, if you go to bottom left, it will be user settings, and you press connections, and you should be able to connect YouTube to Discord. If you can have the account that you became a member on, it should show up. Cran, if you could maybe help him out there as well. Gonna be Alexa for Jacinta as Sensei trying to make a play. Gonna be Jacinta to get out of it with a knockback versus Sensei. Does have some mobility. It's gonna be a fire element to join in. It's gonna be quick interrupt on the nature as it's gonna be Sensei actually removing the dot and trying to reflect it back to Jacinta, but by removing the dot, he does get himself knocked up in the air while he goes in for a whirling jacket punch, getting a little bit of air time. It's gonna be a little bit help for Jacinta as Sensei continues to put in the pressure. And Jacinta needs to find a way to deal with Sensei. Maybe Lighten Lasso, there he goes. I don't know if Sensei has a human racial anymore or not to break out of those stuns in the future. Stormkeeper gonna be disrupted with an incap. A Sensei just trying to deny any kind of damage for the Ellie Shaman as best as possible. Flash cut up for Jacinta as they're looking for a full reset. I was about to say, like, were you a Night Fae? I saw the Ghost Wolf looking like a fox. For some reason, I thought you were a Night Fae on that Shaman. But Necrolord, I think, or Kyrian for that matter, probably way too good to give up at the moment. Probably Necrolord is more consistent and easy and harder to like stop. Kyrian, you just focus that totem down as best you can. That could be interesting to happen. Gonna be Sensei trying to see if he can maybe get a go versus Jacinta. Quick incap with the BDB down. Jacinta could be in big trouble. Gonna be knocked back as Alexa comes out. The images are in there with his one joined in, committing offensive fury. Jacinta, unless you have a way out, is gonna be able to pop out. Earth Elemental, maybe an interrupt on the Stormkeeper. Maybe can still go for a big old lava burst setup. Could potentially see how it go. Big over Sensei. Stormkeeper is up. Karma to follow. Sensei reversed a lot of damage. Jacinta is still letting that chain lasso cast. It's gonna have to go for a bit of healing. No interrupt available for a second. Oh, not even interrupt. I think that might have been a battle. Master Streak had fallen off. And Sensei maybe getting a big old crit with a Fist of Fury at the end. But he just committed a lot of the damage. Sensei get in with a blind by Chill Pills. It looks like I lagged a lot there. Silence on the Sensei with an incapacitated Chill Pills. Get himself a big grippy hand. Gonna be the A-bomb limb. Keeping him in place with the Thunderfall. I think it might be one for Sensei with a stun right after. Oh! Chill Pills just taking these boys out. And it's just like, who's next? Looks like it's gonna be potential Tint or Annie. Annie is gonna be up next. And Chill Pills did pop off some bursts just now. Stun on Chill Pills. Annie trying to see if they might be able to make summon work here. Versus Chill, gonna be a big death pack. Looks like Diabolical's running out too. Is it? He's just, or maybe just trying to set up a gateway just ahead of time because you might be next. I think I know who's up next. Gonna be that Resonator, and Chill Pills just gonna walk away from the grenade completely. Annie trying to see if they can max out some damage. Medic bandages up. Actually, I got a question. When Annie is in, first of all, is Annie still playing that cooldown reduction trinket on the? I don't know if Chicago can help me out here. If they're playing cooldown reduction on the Hunter Cities. Second, does it also reduce the cooldown of their coordinate assault, or is it only aspects like aspect of the beast and aspect of the chit and aspect of the eagle? I don't remember what that cooldown does, what that legendary does, but it seemed like an interesting one at the time. Grip by Chilpas with a quick blind onto Annie. Got himself remorseless one to stun the pet as well as the hunter. It's going to be potentially big damage with the pet joining in. So Annie does have a ticket for it, and actually potentially could be Chilpas. If they can stay next to Annie long enough, could maybe get a second stun. Looks like the fallen winter. The remorseless winter does fall off. Big obliterates coming through with a big old spike coming in. That crab got a knife. That crab does get a knife, dude. That crab brought a knife to a frost fight. The Chilpa's trying a snowball fight. He literally got a knife. That crab is kind of deadly, actually, when you think about it. Does it? Oh, crab goes down. Oh no! Wait, did Annie just consume the crab with the fleshcraft? Did Annie just consume their own crab soul? It looked like maybe we got that Marilla soul bind consumption thing just now, or maybe it was Chilpa's that got it. But it looked like seriously it was just. Did Annie just consume their own crab? Oh no. The crab is down. Chilpa should be able to see it. If he just hits the crab, looks like he just sees Annie instead. Got the eyes picked up. Stun onto Pills with a Death Chakram. Is going to take a bit of the damage. Looks like he chose to go for the IBL. That's going to be a harpoon by Annie, I think, with a grip on top of it. Chilpa sounds for a second. I don't know if that's going to stop their damage. Is going to be able to get a stun onto Annie. Looking to maybe slap him down right now. Massive cleave burst. And oh, Chilpa's just kind of got him low. Big chopper. Massive spike. Taking him down. And Tin's God is going to be up next as a monk. Immediate slow by Chilpa's, trying to keep the monk delayed as best as he can. I think trying to go for a bit of a slow again, but I think Tinskot was able to remove that slow completely. And Chilpa's just trying to see if he might be able to get some damage. So it's going to be a stun on Tinskot just to give himself some healing. With the sounds to follow, reducing some of the damage that Tinskot can do. What do sounds versus a monk, by the way? If it sounds a monk, I'm sure it sounds like healing. Maybe certain defensives like karma, or maybe not. I imagine diffuse magic would be probably a silence out, right? I wonder if there's a lot you really move. Lichburn is up for Chilpas, might be able to convert a lot of the runic power into death while healing. Does get another stun onto Tinskot, but again, more of a defensive stun waiting until he gets himself that big pillar of frost. It's going to be Chilpas taking a bit of damage. Might have to go for some kind of CC blind. And that's going to be trick out of 10. So now Chilpas does not have any other goes. Chilpas is going to hit with a death, or with a disarm. Wants to go for death strikes to get himself some healing. There's going to be fear as he gets low on health. It's almost like he let himself get low. Could potentially have himself a go, trying to go for death strikes to recover. Maybe letting himself get low on health might be, maybe that might have been too bold of a move. Incap on the chills, can't really do much about it. It's going to be an interrupt on Tints as he's trying to get himself a bit of healing. Chilpa's just trying to see if he can continue waddling away. And he's got himself first aid, but Tints denying him any kind of healing. Does have a karma versus the next go Chilpas. Chilpas might just have to pre-aim as the next karma if possible. He's going to pop AMS ahead of time in case there's anything. He definitely needs to get himself a blind versus Tin's God and a full go. Got himself some runic power, getting hit with the disarmament. It's going to be a stun on Tin's God. Can't really have a go right now. He literally is denied a go. Has a lot of runic power. He's going to have to go for Death Strikes, I think. That's all he's really got. Has to go for whatever Death Strikes he's got. He doesn't have a lot of healing whatsoever. Unless he got another Lichborn, I think it might be done. Blind, trying to get some Death Strikes in. That's going to be Grippy Hand. Just maybe has a go. I think he's maybe trying to see if he might be able to one-shot him right now. Trying to get himself as much stuff he wants to get. Ooh, touch of death. There's only so much you can do, but really get that low against the monk. You're trying to play as defensively as you can, but you only got so much healing. It's even a 70% dampening. It denies you a lot of the dam. See, we're going to be up next as more of that arcane dream. This man is a dreamer. Is he a dreamer as a knife or is he a dreamer as a Ventio right now? Guess we'll find out. Incap out to Seavark with the BDB down. Just trying to make a play. That was a Livestream. Oh, that Livestream getting hit with a Resolve though. Ain't going for that Incap to CC him, but then Resolve gets him immunity from that stun. Gonna be a polymorph around the corner unless he got a trinket. Oh, Shadow Melded. Shadow Melded instead. Seavark trying to see if he can slow down Tense. It's gonna go for that Night Fae. So now we know what kind of a damage he's got going on. Good run chills. I think he did really well too, King. I thought he did as best as he could. But when you're just that low in health versus a monk, there's only so much you can do. So we're cooking up something big, something huge, and that's going to be a massive arcane explosion with a barrage touching the Magi. Does get Tints real low, but doesn't quite get that big old execute bonus in there. CVX still has a lot of damage ready. That's going to be barrages with missiles to follow. Going to be a blink on top of that all the time. That's going to be an interrupt from Seavark with the Fist of Great to follow. Just trying to send out some missiles at Tint. It's going to be Panda Rage to follow. Rune of Power with an Archibest after to see how the big damage on those blasts. Got a little bit of damage. Oh, that barrage hurt. Oh, the barrage is going to hurt. That Karma is going to reverse some of the damage, and barrage is going to hurt. Tins better have a flesh scaft. Does he have one? He got himself a little bit of healing, but he definitely needs a flesh scaft. Because this barrage is gonna, if you got himself low, that could be real bad. It's gonna be a very similar situation, kind of like how Tinsk had Chilpa's real low, putting pressure on him, where Chilpa's can't really pop off full damage, otherwise he's in a tight spot. It's kind of like Seaverk has Tinsk got in a low. Ult time is up in case things go bad. Looks like he's gonna go for a big old Arcana Sphere, knocking it back a little early as Tinsk does go for a Trinket. And Seaverk maybe potentially could go for the Night Fade Burst again to maybe get cooldowns back up. Tinsk gonna just try to stay on Seaverk as best as humanly possible. VO5's flash count is up, and Seaverk can only do so much. He's just gonna build up a bit of dam into it to try to see if he can crack right through the flash count. Is able to do so. Tinsk trying to go for a complete root onto Seaverk, which is now immune. Roots are immune to the resolve trinket, so it's not like he'll be able to do much with it. Is that an incap onto Seaverk for a second or a leg sweep? I think it was an incap. Tinsk does get himself an Aegis activated. It's going to reduce a lot of the damage he's about to take. So potential big dam. Got himself missiles not popping over the big one shot, the big whambo. And Tinsk is able to actually commit maybe too many cooldowns on that one because Seaverk didn't even pop Arcane Power. And Tinsk used Diffuse Magic, and he also used the Aegis Trinket. So that's a lot of defenses kind of gone altogether. Gonna make it super unfortunate to deal with. Trying to see if he can stay on top of Seaverk as best possible. Doing a good job so far. It's gonna be ruled by Seaverk with a quick invis. Trying to land a polymorph to Tinsk. He does predict where he's at. Incap is gonna give Seaverk that freedom of casting. So Seaverk might actually be able to just polymorph him down and take him out of the game. Where'd he go? Missiles? Looks like he's building up for something. He's building up for some kind of proc. Trying to go for Poly. Not able to. Gonna be a blink into an interrupt. Poly around the corner. Tinsk. Unless you got something here. Unless you got a karma in the last second. Or maybe hope that Seaverk doesn't crit. It could be pretty bad for you. Ooh, Barrage does get real low. Touch of Magic, keep him super low. It's gonna be Karma as the execute Barrage is coming through. That's gonna be potentially Panda Racial out of Seaverk. Just try to see if he can still crack through the burst and the healing of Tinsk. Just letting that Karma ramp up on him. Ulti time is up, so he's trying to maintain himself the best possible. Shooting power around the corner to maybe get some cooldowns back together. He's gonna use that all the time in order to reposition and get an interrupt on the heal. Another touch of the magic, rune of power, more missiles. It potentially could be big dammy. And it's gonna be Arcana Sphere. That's gonna be empowered by quite a bit. Things got tried to see if he might want to dip away from it as if he missiles are hitting him still. See if I try to go for a bit of a go. 50 seconds left on that next or Oregon power, and Tinsk does so a polymer or trinket back up for the next poly. Missiles around the corner. Tinsk just trying to give himself as much survivability as possible. Does get interrupted, so a lot of that healing that comes from Flesh Cup is going to be down for the count. It's going to be a big ultra start for Seaverk. Just trying to let Tinsk use up all the mobility, and he's just going to reverse himself back up to full. Continue to just barrage him as best as possible with an arcane orb. More barrages, more missiles. Just trying to chip away at the monk as best as he can. The monk is hanging out by a pillar, so he could get behind the pillar really easily. I think that's what Seaverk is trying to deny. It's trying to deny any kind of pillar gameplay, and it kind of escapes. Sphere ignores the line of sight. Yeah, the Arcana Sphere will ignore line of sight completely. Yeah, so it does give you a little bit of that bonus to it. Gonna be a root onto Tinsk. Does he have an out? Gonna be a boopity bop. Ring of base. Polymorph. Does have an Aegis? Is that Aegis gonna be enough? Does he go for a trinket? See if he does he go for the big go. Looks like he does just go for a big go. Try to see if he can crack through the defense of Tinsk. It's gonna be a lot of defenses used though. Big barrage fall does get interrupted. Touch of Magic does do some damn. But a forward boost should keep him alive. Does not have the shield with a forward boost, so it's going to be a little bit less defensiveness available. Zuen join in. I think Seaverk might be in a tight spot. Does have himself a invis, unless you get a ring of peace to get him out of stealth, out of invis. It might be pretty tough. In cap, Seaverk does have himself that resolve trick, so next sweep or whatever cannot get interrupted. Tinsk with a shadow meld for a moment. Seaverk with it all the time. Just try to keep the slows and Tinsk as best as possible. Just letting the monk chase after him. Might be able to get him in the execute range here. Going to be an interrupt as well. Missiles, that's going to be Tinsk kind of exposing himself. And Seaverk's going to be able to blink behind him. Touches the magic. Karma getting used right now. Seaverk trying not to give him away the ice block. And that's going to be shit to power just to get cooldowns back. With that touch of the magic, was able to force out a pretty big defense. Tinsk still holding on to a trinket. So far, Tinsk has been able to rotate defenses just to be able to survive some of the bursts of Seaverk. As we head on that 52% dampen, it's going to be quite a lot of healing reduced. Seaverk trying to go for Poly, probably going to be a trinket out of Tinsk. If we expect an Arcana Sphere damage. Is it trinketed? I think Seaverk's trying to see if he might be able to bait it out. He didn't have time to touch the magic on top of it, so it's kind of used only one or the other. Going to be that interrupt as the flash coming through, but Seaverk is able to blast through a flash cup very easily. He kept out to Seaverk. It's going to be all the time in case he needs to use it. He's going to be able to walk away from those fists. Ringa boopity bob, blink it too close. It's going to be Panda Rich to stop him for a second. And it's got a barrage, this big DVDB, just drop it and throw it super far away, just set it out like a mortar. This mortar ran out of BDB. Snack time, lol, honestly. He's just sitting down for food whenever he can. Gonna be missiles for Seabright, just using it on the Kevin Slime. More barrages and more slows. So far, Seabright has been trying to see if he might be able to get a better angle versus Since God. In cap on the channel for the Night Fit, which is gonna put Seabright back behind a little bit on the cooldowns, because that cooldown reduction from Night Fit is quite valuable. It does get a poly that ages back up, man. So Since God has a diffuse, ages. He has a lot of defenses here versus Seabright. And he has diffuse, he has shrink back up. He has a lot of things actually. Does he just rotate him versus Seabright? Seabright just gotta find a way to like. He just needs to find a way to kind of bait out those cooldowns out of Tin's God. That's all he can really do. If he can somehow bait out or shrink out of Tin's God, he'll be in a fantastic spot. Ultra time is up for Seabright. In cap is gonna give him that immunity. Does he have an over to Tin's God? It's gonna be Seabright potentially going for that all the time. Touch the magic getting loaded up. Is gonna go for it. Tin's God, maybe a trinkets out of it. Gonna be a knockback short. That's gonna be a diffuse magic, potentially maybe a karma. It looks like Seabright can just try to see if he can blast it. Tin's God does have the diffuse to reduce a lot of that touch of the magic damage down. Big kick on the Seabright. Does have an iceberg for it to follow. Tin's God looking for recovery. Gonna be immediate intro, but Seabright just trying to play it a little bit more aggressive here. In cap, maybe potentially out of Tin's God is going to be a big cooldown reduction on ultra time for Seabright right now. So he should be okay if he ever takes damage with his health. Nova is going to use that ultra time to catch up a little bit of healing. Barrage of Tin's God is going to be able to blink away from this Fist of Fury's massive miss for a second. Tin's God trying to see if he can find him. Spin Cracking does not find him. And Seabright has him in that execute range. That's going to be an Arcane Orb. He's going to get him out of that Shadow Melt. Another Barrage hitting him. Flash Cap getting interrupted. Wait, Seabright could just take him out with executes alone. Those barrages are going to do more damage as Tin's God find himself at low health. Knockback with Arcana Sphere. Missiles to fall. Just trying to get him low enough. Is that going to be Tin's God potentially going for that Touch of Magic? He knows he's going to go for that Karma. Touch of Magic is on him. Definitely going to go for that Karma as soon as he can. There goes the Karma. Seabright does have himself a little bit of that temporal. I don't know if he got all the time. He's trying to slow down Tin's God as best as he can. Bandit Ritual is going to get parried out. I think it's going to be over. Touches down. Oh! Tin's God was able to rotate cooldowns and live long enough. Well, there it is. In cap on the Tin's God right now is Fatal. Got himself all the dots on the boy. Looks like he's just going to try to see if he can get close up again. Definitely should go for that Mortar Coil into a Fear to lock him down for a little bit longer. But Tin's God rotated every defense to deliver Seabright. That was one of those matchups where Seabright just has one big go really every 45 seconds, and the other guy has like a cooldown on a 1.5 minute CD. I'll play the guy to duel and lose on the gameplay decide. Dude, it is a lot of cooldowns you have to rotate through Seabright. That Aegis Shrinking I feel like gives him that extra defensiveness, even though the nerf did. It is so crazy. I need preventive perma. That is a lot, yeah. I think the Night Fit could work. It's just like that's a lot of cooldowns to rotate through. I think without the Aegis, the Monk does at least have like what Karma and Diffuse on a 1.5 minute CD. But that Aegis on a 2 minute CD on top of it, it just gives you an extra layer of defensiveness. It's just nuts. It's just really nuts. Fatal getting hit with an in-cap. As Tin's God trying to see if I'm able to deal with it as best as they can. Give Mage's Evocate heal back. I feel like in a way they got Evocate heal through the Icebug heal. Because it used to be Evocate healing, but now Icebug does the healing for you instead. It's very similar, but now also kind of different too. Fatal trying to go for a Mortal Coil. Does he get himself up or set up versus Sins? Does he get a Fear? Well, that's going to be so rough. Devil the dots are rough. But he could go for a full Dark Layer. Definitely needs to empower Dark Layer right now. Just extend those dots because Sins is going to melt behind the pillar. Trying to see if he can flash him through it. There goes the Dark Layer. I think this is when Sins is going to catch you up. Oh! He saw the Dark Layer came out. He knew he had to get in there. Knew he had to make some damage happen. And does get himself a million healing. And does get himself a kill there. Chilpas with them too, back to back. Man, that matchup for Seawork was just super unfortunate. That was super unfortunate. I love Dungeon Monks because I didn't do any damage to the CDs that used CDs to kill me. Yeah, I guess so. And then just wait out instead of get a gate. Yeah, I guess so. Monk makes it boring. Monks can definitely slow down the gameplay, Enrique. Definitely can. But you know, that's how it is. That's what usually this is why we try to limit duels. So like, okay, let's have 2 monks per team. Two of each class, so then we don't have. Imagine if there was 3 monks back to back, and all of them playing like a super slow game. Even 2 could slow down by quite a bit, but 3 would have been like, oh man, yeah, they're just gonna run forever. But also some arena maps do give them a bit more mobility. Like Ruins of Lordaeron, really difficult to escape in that one. But that one, the Tiger's Peak has all those angles, big pillars that are long on one end, and you got also these sides as well. So it's a lot of line of sight for them to work with and work around. don't mind doubles over class 1 unless they dampen a class like monks and druids. Yeah. Some of those, it all depends how they're played too. It also depends on the arena that you play too. GG. Yo, Corey, you played really well. You played to win. Definitely played that one to win. I am a big fan of when people just go in, pop all the cooldowns, see how the two collide, and see how the cards, how the cards fold. But yeah, stuff like that is always gonna happen. You always want to play games where you want to win, and that's just how it is, dude. Sometimes you get those long games to do it, sometimes you don't. Chicago Night King ready to go. Let's see if we get ourselves a different arena. Hopefully we can get something like a Attributes Fall. That could work out pretty well. Well, Jack's Coliseum is my favorite. I do like Hook Point a lot too. I feel like there's a bit of land inside, but there's like very thin 2 wall pillars, and there's like 2 smaller pillars in the middle. There's a bit of land inside play, but like not super hard. This one has 1 pillar that's extra long, which I think can help out mobility class quite a bit, and then 2 smaller pillars. Not the smallest, it looks smaller in comparison, but they're actually quite decent, quite sizable. Again, it's gonna be one of those things where certain arenas are gonna benefit certain classes, and there's only so much we can do about that. But we got a little bit of variety here. Pressure Massa joining as well. Diabolic's never get to play, so maybe Diabolicals will get a chance. Chicago potentially could see that, because that could work out pretty well. Getting Shamans in there. Andy, I think, there's another chance, another go, because Andy so far has just been playing. Andy really does need to go for maybe like a deeper stratagem Lego. I think that would help him out a lot. I get where they were trying to go with the cooldown reduction stuff, but I feel like a deeper stratagem, or not deeper stratagem, let's go. Craven stratagem could be interesting. Good Twitch. We got us in Chicago getting opened up on by Pressure Monster off the bat. Stun right now. It's going to be Chicago with a Chain Harvest. Trying to harvest Pressure Monster and the pet for all their rewards with a stun. Thunder on top of it. Pressure trying to see if he might be able to take the pressure off himself with a back-to-back Death Strike. Big blast for Chicago, using that Aegis Trick in order to give himself a little bit of survivability. Using that Static Totem to keep Pressure Monster at bay. The A-Bomb joining the fight. It looks like Chicago's going to slow that A-Bomb down even more than it used to be. And it looks like that Earth Elemental might be able to take a lot of the aggro off of the pets, especially the A-Bomb. Looks like the A-Bomb is actually so focused. Pressure Monster might not be focused enough. He's focused down, but Chicago, IBF is up. He has himself some kind of healer, but Chicago does end up focusing on the target, on the Death Knight, surrounded by the army of the undead, but knows that they need to put all the focus on the guy controlling those undeads, and that's exactly what they did. Full send, love it. Yeah, I do like when they do a full send at some point, and then rotate CDs. A little bit of mobility, a little bit of interrupts. Whoever gets that one clutch kick, that's where it gets exciting. Gonna be Chupos pulling Chicago away. Try to keep Chicago away from the pillars best as they can, because that Ghost Raptor form is going to be able to give him a lot of that survivability, at least able to disengage from Chupos as consumed by the army of the undead. That's going to be yet another grip. Thunder onto Chupos to break away with a Static Totem. And Chicago is at no health, no matter whatsoever. I don't even know if they got much Maelstrom. Going to be the A-Bomb still joining around the corner. Going to be a massive Chain Harvest onto the pets. Chicago actually using Chain Harvest on the pets just to give himself a little bit of survivability. Want to go for a massive heal. And if Chicago's playing the Skyfear Lego here, which is what a lot of Venti Shamans will be doing. Skyfear Lego being the Elemental Shaman Legendary that gives the Flame Shocks more crits. Synergize together with the Venti Legendary. Whenever your Flame Shocks crits, you get a cooldown reduction on your Chain Harvest ability. For Venti Shaman, it actually works out surprisingly well, using an Elemental Shaman Legendary to make a Ventier enhancement work. It's kind of nuts. It's going to be like a Counter-Strike Totem, and as Shield Pills does not focus the totem, the pets and the damage from the Death Knight is going to reflect damage back to Chilled. We got himself a Flash Guy just to keep himself alive. Chicago is kind of low health. I don't know if they got Maelstrom or whatnot. So running away from the pets, got himself Ghost Raptor, so maybe Maelstrom generation is at least more sustainable. The pet getting erupted as Shilpa's using it to sacrifice it for a little bit more self-healing. Summon up a new one. Chicago at least got Maelstrom. I don't know if they got the mana. Shilpa's walking past the Static Totem with the Death Advance. Gonna be Chicago with the Aegis Trick and reduces some of the magic damage. Trying to give him some more healing. Trick out of this one. Do they have a Chain Harvest back up? That's a lot of pets to get played with the Flame Shock, but looks like Shilpa's does end up executing him out of the game. Taking him out of the park, with Diabolic's going to be up next, sending out all the pets over at Chill Pills. With the Fear getting loaded up, Chill Pills is trying to keep himself as well as his own pet afloat as best he can. That's a lot of Demon Doggers attacking him there, with a Felguard on top of it. Stun by Diabolic's. Trying to see if he can sneak around a couple of Demon Bolts over at Chill Pills, generate a lot of resources. There's going to be even more Demon Doggers joined in. Elixir Chill Pills is going to back away from Demon Doggers, is able to get himself a Soul Reaper. with a bonus on dead summon. Diabolics just gonna use some of these resources to create a hand to go down off of that pet. Potentially maybe even summon up I guess summon up even more imps. Diabolics. I wonder what setup he's going for. Is he playing that Necrolord setup, or is he going for like a Night Fae big old Tyrant burst? I guess we'll find out soon. Using the Gnome Rachel in order to give himself a little bit more mobility. Mordecai and Chilpas might be in trouble. It's going to be Tyrant as he gets hit with the stun. It's going to be stun on the Warlock, but the Tyrant got a big old blast in it. Chilpas under a ton of pressure. It's going to have to go for a death pack. Definitely used to interrupt the Tyrant or land inside that thing. There's a lot of pets still attacking him, but no help whatsoever. Just necrotic himself out with a death pack. Diabolics took him out, letting the pets just claw and tear at the Death Knight. Only so much you can do. We see that flash scar right now. Now we know what kind of ability he's going for. Let's see if he ends up going for maybe a decimated bolt, because he didn't even try there. If you only got a decimated bolt on a chill pulse while he's low, that X keep bonus would have been fantastic. Or you know what? We might have missed it too. Diabolics might have used the decimated bolt on one of the pets from chill pills at some point. Maybe got that thing low enough. That's why he's generating so many soul shards. Gonna be an interrupter to Steve Arc as he's trying to get a Mirror Torment on Diabolics. Could use a Mirror Torment on the pet instead. It looks like that's exactly what he's gonna go for. That's gonna be an Axe Toss out of the main pet. I think it's gonna, or maybe something broke that what's it called? Resolve Trinket. That's gonna be Steve Arc actually focusing a lot of attention on the pet instead of Diabolics. I think just building up resources. Fan the Rachel in the pet, trying to go for big bursts of Diabolics. That Mordecai is gonna get him out. That's gonna be lots of missile procs from Steve Arc. Just trying to see if he can burst Diabolics down. Does get Axe Toss interrupted. That's gonna be Diabolics sending up some Demon Bolts. It's gonna be quite chunky bolts. Steve Arc with a massive miss with a barrage to follow. It looks like he's going to go for a bit of a reset himself. It's going to be missiles flying as he got himself the Resolve Trinket. He's trying to focus down the pet. Diabolics might have to summon a new one. Maybe that's what Seavreck is going to go for. Try to get the pet low enough. Barrage to execute it. Diabolics is going to have to summon a new one with a Fell Dom. There goes the Fell Domination. Has himself one more Demon Bolt ready to go. That's going to be Demon Dog is joined in. Seavreck is under a ton of pressure. That's a lot of pets. Roots him out and just try to see if we can bail out of there. Arcana Sphere loaded up. This is going to be a big old sphere. Can he line it up? Try to see. Oh, it does clip Diabolics. That's going to be an Axe Toss interrupted Seavark, but it is going to be with that interrupt proc the Result Trinket, and the Axe Toss consumes it. So the stun from the Axe Toss gets eaten by a Resolve, but the interrupt goes through, which is interesting. That's crazy. Seavark is going to put up the missiles or Mirrors of Torment on the pet. Let it stack up some missiles for Seavark. It's going to be Touch of the Magi onto Diabolics. Seavark can be interrupted. Diabolics should go for an interrupt if possible. Axe also to Seavark with a Mortal to follow. Again, it's going to be that interrupt, but no stun by the pet. Diabolics get interrupted on the flash. Going to be that Axe actually going through. I think that one actually ended up getting interrupted, or... Actually, I'm not even sure. Is it the interrupt that gets consumed by Resolve, or is it the stun gets consumed by the pet? Because now I'm wondering. Seavark has a blink, so I'm wondering if he's just blinking out of the stun, and maybe it's the interrupt that doesn't get consumed. Another, oh, almost got that sphere to hit Diabolicals. It's so close. He's definitely getting a lot better with the aim. I think he's been going bowling RL, man, because you got to be setting that up. You know, these are pins that are moving, and you're trying to see if you can hit him with a big old bowling ball rolling down. Diabolicals making sure to set himself up and out with a port. Seavark is going to get hit with an Axe Toss. Again, I'm not sure if the Axe Toss stun or if it's the interrupt that goes through. Mirrors the Torment on the main pet. Eventually, those pet auto attacks are going to give the pet a silence and a root. It should be great to separate away the pet from the Warlock. But also, it's going to give Seavark a lot of missile procs. Touch of Magic getting set up. Let's Seavark trying to see Vandal Rage to follow. It's going to be Arcade Buster after. Does he have an interrupt to follow? Looks like it's going to be Mortal. Seavark has himself all the time. Fear into Seavark is going to be Decimate Bolt right after. Going to be Invis for Seavark. Let's see if any more go right after. Going to be missiles to follow. There's going to be Boss because it doesn't have any more defense available. It's going to be a stunner to Seavark with an interrupt. That's how actually going to cast off with the Barrage to follow. Missiles on the pet. So it looks like the Axe Toss stun goes through, but the interrupt doesn't do anything. But I think it does get consumed by Resolve. And Seavark goes for a... I think he was trying to see if he can predict Diabolical's port behind the pillar. I think that's what he's trying to go for, because he just sent it kind of all the way out in the open, and Diabolicals didn't go anywhere. I think that's what he was trying to go for. He was trying to maybe see if he could predict it, then send it. Diabolicals is trying to hold onto the portal until the last second. More to call into Seavark. It looks like it's going to be Resolve Trinket. Does consume it. I think he literally sent out the pet interrupt. Wait, speaking about pet. Seavark worked down that big pet. Diabolicals doesn't have a pet. Unless he got a fell down very, very soon. This man is out in the open. He's kind of naked right now. Does get himself a portal. With a flashlight to follow, it's going to be Seawork trying to see if he can blink at him. Mirror's Storm getting set up. Does connect. Diabolicus can't even go to some of the pet. Even if he goes for a Fiora onto Seawork, he can't really do much. Shadow Fury. Seawork's going to have to get hit there. Blinks it. That's going to be Result Stricken. And starts to Magic. Rune of Power. Does Seawork have a big go? Missiles flying in. Loads of damage loading up. Arcana Sphere should hit him for quite a lot. Diabolicus doesn't really go anywhere. Touch of Magic does a bit of damn with missiles to follow. Does he have Axos? He does. Looks like the Axos does get the stun and the interrupt. Mortal does give him some resolve. It's going to be Diabolicus sitting out in the open with the mirrors. Fear onto Seawork, but he does a massive miss out of it. That's going to be more mirrors with Seawork setting up a ult time in case Diabolicus goes behind him. That's going to appear behind him with a barrage. Does he have the execute bonus? Potentially interrupt him with Shadow with more missiles. Barrage again. No health whatsoever with a fire blast at the end. Just blasting him out of the park. Max Prestige Scope because I think it's literally what he's trying to go for, man. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. Fatal, thank you so much for going by, man. Hope you enjoyed the duels. Gonna be Sensei up next. Yo, Seawork. I don't know if he's got himself. I don't know how he's gonna go against a monk. I don't know how you fight that. Massive is gonna boop him out of the way. Seawork still maintaining his miss. There was a massive miss to keep him in there. Sorry, how you doing, man? I'll be having a good one. Sensei getting in with the Arcana Sphere. I think he's just gonna have to take the damage. He has a lot of defenses here to work with. I don't know if he got himself the Aegis Trinket for this one. Lexip and Seawork blinking away from it. Mercy Torment on one of the images, maybe? No, yeah, it's going to be one of the images. Eventually, those images should do enough damn. I think maybe Sensei, if he can maybe cancel out those images. I don't know if he can. But Mercy Torment are going to give him some procs for Seawork for getting the missiles in there. Definitely to get missiles on the Sensei whenever possible. It's going to be Zuen right next to him. Touch of Magic getting set up. There's going to be a bunch of missiles loading in. Sensei's got himself the 4 Broom. Gonna be quite a bit of damage getting loaded up. Polymorph onto Zuen, so it's gonna be a lot of the damage denied. A Sensei trying to see if he can close the gap with Seawork. Does get the jab. It's gonna be all the time up as he goes in for a port. Trying to see if he can maybe vent Theo out of there. Has himself all the time in case his health is in a tight spot. He's actually just gonna let that all the time tick out. And Sensei's gonna commit some damage. He's gonna get healed up. Gonna be a Sensei getting himself a proc on spinning crane kick, but it's gonna be Panda Racial with a poly. It's gonna get DR'd on one another with a knockback onto Sensei to follow. Quick jab and interrupt as he's trying to go, I think, for shadow damage. Yeah, trying to get himself Mirror Trauma with a shadow. Temporarily letting him heal a little bit. See if I still hold on to an ice bucket if he needs to. Quick board and Sensei trying to see if he can stay on top of Seawork as best as possible. Sensei has a human Rachel, so he cannot break out of any CC that Seawork throws at him, which is really just polymorph in the slows. I guess Roots 2. In cap onto Seawork. This is going to be Vivify. Hunter's mark by Annie. I don't know why he put a Hunter's mark on him. Maybe just to see where he's at. That's going to be all the time for Seawork with the Mirrors of Torment to Sensei. He's going to close it back in. And it's going to just let those Mirrors of Torment just generate all the time. Or rather, missile procs for Seawork. If Seawork has himself maybe a big old Touch of Magi. Root onto Sensei. Touch of Magi. Big misses. The Sensei everything for the way. Oh! Roots himself out. Aegis. Barrage. Oh! Just let the Barrage connect with the Touch of Magi. Just let it crush him. Just put him in a prison and just crush him into dust. Crush him to bits. Jesus! With Tin's God looking for to back up out of there onto Seawork. Literally back it up. I think he's giving him an opportunity to catch up a little bit of healing. I think that's what exactly was trying to do. Yeah, he's just backpedaling out. He's just, I think he's giving an opportunity to get himself a full go. Because he knows that Seawork did just use a lot of cooldowns just now, yeah? Yeah, that's exactly what's happening. Just let him get a bit of an auto duel. What a nice guy letting an auto duel happen, man. What a nice man. What a nice gentleman and a scholar. Seawork at least is going to be given some sort of opportunity to make some sort of a play. Arcana Sphere getting loaded up. Potentially big go. He's going to be Tin's God with the diffuse magic. Maybe that'll give him a bit to work with here. Vivify. And Seawork, I don't really know if he's with an invis. I don't know if he's got like much of a go here actually. Because he's not Night Fae, because I'm thinking the whole time maybe Night Fae. But actually no, I keep thinking he was playing Arcana Sphere like the big go. Never mind. So actually cooldowns don't really matter that much. I think it's more about missiles. But the Aegis rotated together with the diffuse magic with the karma. It's gonna be quite tough. Tin's got trinketed out of that root with a silence. I guess he does have a normal trinket, so you might as well use it. Gonna be touching the magic, potentially get it loaded up. Tin's got does go for the shadow mode. That shadow mode gives him a little bit extra defensiveness, in fact, actually. That's going to make it a little bit harder for him to make a play, I imagine. Going to be a big old kick. Spinning crane kick, touches Magic L for Seavark. Let's try and go for a big old canosphere. Potentially give himself a big go versus Tints. With the missiles flying. Gonna be that karma as he gets super low. Does Seavark just commit more barrages? In cap as he got himself resolve trick and procking. He does have himself full burst ready to go. Arcane power is up. Maybe blinking around the corner with an interrupt. Potentially. Try to see if he can get himself maybe a bit of a barrage around the corner. Doris Shadows maybe destruct him. I don't know if he got that Nija for extra CC, but Tin's God does have himself one big defense. Looks like actually Diffuse Magic does go on cooldown when he gets tripped on nature. I wonder if that's something Seavark could work for later. Gonna be a flash cut around the corner. Seavark just has to let the flash cut cam back up. All the time up, so Seavark should be okay defensively. Trying to see if he might be able to get a Mirrors of Torment versus Tin's God. Gonna be a quick in cap with a BDB and Tin's God with a Fist of Fury looking to drop him down. Polymorph, no way to interrupt it. Seavark to see himself a big go. Gonna be Mirrors of Torment and Tin's God unless he goes for a defuse, which actually he could to reverse it. And he might just want to reverse. Does happen. Seavark eventually could silence himself out. That could be really bad. I guess he got himself that resolve chicken. It's just gonna ice block it. Just to get himself as much self-healing. Just see if he can catch back up to full. That might not be a terrible idea. Gonna be a big old barrage with a Nova. Seavark trying to see if he might be able to blink away from Tin's God with a missiles right after. As a big old kick comes down for Tin's God with a Zuen. Trying to keep the barrages rolling on Tin's God as best he can with the Poly right after. Polymorph again. Mirrors of Torment to follow. Arcana Sphere. Maybe he has himself a big old go. Possibly, unless he got defensive. It looks like it's going to be a big old lockdown. The Aegis took his back up with a Karma in case he needs to. Mirrors of Torment still on, and Panda Ritual real quick to try to see if he can door Shadows. Looks like he's going to try to go for one Trigger Punch. He got some damage out of Whirling Punch. But not really. Another touch of the magic getting set up. Is that going to be Karma? I think it was a Charmel for a second. Yeah, I think that's what it was going to be Karma. Yeah, see if we just blast through this. He got himself all the time, so you can just let a Karma stack up on him. He's going to use that all the time. Maybe it's got in the best, but oh, it does end up crushing the second monk down. Last time, Tin's God didn't really give Seavark much of an opportunity to really do something. I think it's going to be over for Seavark, though. He did the very best he could with that. Without Hunter taking him out at the very end. Legit gonna try to see if I'm able to make a play here. Gonna be chicken out of the stun like the last one in the corner. Annie going for chicken of their own. Does get knocked back. Was that a disengage or a thunderstorm knockback? Lots of lava birds just now. How many did you just send? Oh my god, sending even more. I think he got like a mastery build for this one. Is that what he's got going on? Like a giga mastery build? And he's setting up a bunch of traps. Jikenta maybe could send out the pet Atom. They were Fire Elemental, potentially could make a play here with eating one of these traps. Jikenta avoiding all the traps except for the freezing. Could maybe get the Fire Elemental to attack Annie. Definitely should control the pet a little bit better. That pet just kind of sitting there. Oh no, the Fire Elemental I think is maybe on passive. Is that what's going on? Definitely should be getting the Fire Elemental in there. The Fire Elemental, if you got the tier set, does give you procs, but yeah. Master Fellow Shaman's capped like 50%. Really? Wait, is that true? You can only get a 50% chance to like 50% chance to get a bunch of lava bursts in PvP. Really? That's kind of nuts. Wait, does that mean then how much? So I guess you want to stack what? Only a little bit of master and then go for rest crit maybe? Crit burst and hope for the best? Because apparently somebody said there was a giga mastery build, but you stack as much master as you can. Go for a big lava burst. Then you go for Necrolord and potentially get a bunch of these firing off lava bursts. But I didn't realize it was capped at 15. That's crazy. That's really low. That's really low. So like what? There's only 50% chance to get a second blast. Is that what that means? Actually, kind of unfortunate when you think about it. Like the last one onto Jikenta onto Annie, and Annie with the turtle shell looking for another revive pet. 74% dampening, man. This has been going on for a while, huh? 17 minutes. I just realized it. That's a long one. PvP it's nerfed like Giga. That's crazy. Not me, never heard of that game. Really? Dead by Daylight? Yeah, actually, Chilpas, I did, used to. Had a friend of mine buy it for me a while ago, and I played it a little bit. I think never on stream, but I know that I played it before. Maybe I did play it on stream a while ago, I don't remember, it's been a bit. And you go for a disengage with a harpoon. I think try to see if maybe set up a freezing traveler. You get a chicken inside of it, and no whatsoever. Maybe acceleration. You gotta try to see if we're gonna end it. One more global. Flame Shock just take him out. Just thinking about Flame Shock really easily there. But to see if we can survive it. Seavark with 1,000,000 damn. That's how much these monks have to heal. Actually, the monks heal for quite a bit, but these monks have to heal to about 1 million. Damn, he just overpowered him at the end, dude. There it is. There we go, boys. Big Arcane Blaster Master in here. Let's go. Play DBD with me, Debalele. I'd be down for it, yeah. I still gotta download Smite to, unless Chicago is down with Smite completely, I was gonna download Smite to play with Chicago for a bit. At some point, whenever I got free time. Now that me and Crane are done with Mass Effect, like we got the game knocked out completely. I guess there's other games that could really get back behind, huh? There's also some D&D stuff that I was gonna work on. Good luck for food, take care. It's time for me to get some food as well. It's about 7:31. I gotta get some food as well, boys. Holy cow. Speaking of the cow, the Paladin duel has been rendered. I gotta put it up. And say would have beat me, but he whispered him to just... but I whispered to him that he was teleporting on my screen and he told me to reload while he was bursting. Was on forced timing, not counting that. Really? Okay. That's crazy. Since he would have beat me, but I whispered when he was teleporting on my screen and told me to reload while I was bursting. Okay. So he basically gave an opportunity to like get stuff up. Okay. Or you tell him to reload? Wait, you tell him to reload or he told you to reload? Which one of you reloaded? That's the question, I guess. If he reloaded while you were bursting down, that seems a little cheap. If he told you to reload on his cooldown, so he's a nice guy. That's why he was standing still? Oh, I didn't realize. Okay. He was telling me to reload, but I was already bursting. Oh, okay. So he stood me and told me that I killed him. Oh, okay, I didn't realize it. Never mind. Oh, that's unfortunate. Because it looked like he was rooted. I guess I need to go back. But it looked to me like he was rooted and couldn't go anywhere. But maybe I gotta go back and look at it again and be like... Maybe I'll add a tidbit like, hey, Sensei was lagging, I was reloading, asked Seawork to stop attacking him. Or maybe he had like technical issues. So it's like we shouldn't count it against him. It was unfortunate as hell. Yeah, that's really unfortunate. That's my BM. You know, I believe Seawork. I don't think it was trying to be I don't believe Seawork would be the kind of guy to just like take advantage of somebody. I think Seawork is the kind of guy that even if he was winning, if he saw somebody was DC in the 2v2 or 3v3 arena, he'd probably be like, alright, I'm gonna wait. Even if he was winning and it was so close to killing him, like, alright, I'm gonna wait. I think he would be the kind of guy to just let it happen. 100% was BM. 100% was BM. Blaster Master Cast with disaster. I like that. It wasn't? Okay. Was the aim in Seawork? Yeah, okay. You know, whisper in the entire time, lol. I guess I wonder if they will still let people whisper if you're part of the other faction in the next in 9 to 5 with the cross faction being added. They are definitely gonna let people communicate with one another if they're part of the party, part of the community, right? But I wonder if they'll be able to whisper to another person, like, you know, maybe like doing a BG or whatever. Let's say you're running BG and you have like a Horde Kappan alliance, like maybe Sap and Kappan, and the alliance is like whispers the Horde rogue like, you a bitch. I wonder if you'll be able to just whisper each other like mean stuff while playing a BG against one another. I think it'd be hilarious. I'm probably gonna add a lot more toxicity. I'm pretty sure they're not gonna let you do that in randoms. I'm sure they're gonna be like invite you to go be like, you a bitch, and they'll leave. 100% gonna be like that. If there's a BNet 100%, yeah. I mean on BNet you could definitely whisper each other, but like I wonder if like whispering to like the character, like from character to character, like whisper Seawark, like the panda, the character, not the person behind the account with the real ID, whatnot. You know what I mean? I'm just wondering. I think it'd be hilarious. You're just sitting there at LM, playing a BG, sitting by the flag. You're playing like, I don't know, Paladin, or maybe like a warrior. Rogues goodbye, stuns you, try to cap the flag, you trick it, he blinds you, and while he's capping, it's like, you bastard. You whisper and be like, I'm gonna get you. Better not show your face on him again. Dude, the trash talking is gonna be so bad if you could whisper one another. Or PvP isn't changing. It just sends into groups. Okay. So I guess you would need to join groups together. Rate the arena. Okay. So I guess then after that BG, you'll end up adding the person to your party. And you'll write him, you're a bitch, and then you'll leave. That's how it's gonna be, yeah? Has to be, dude. Yeah, so I remember testing stuff like that a little bit with cross-faction stuff. But I know that you'll be able to like understand one another as soon as you join the party. Like if let's say you're about to do Mythic Plus, and you write in /say, you'll be able to read what each other is saying. But as soon as you leave the party as other faction, you go back to like not being able to understand one another. So I wonder how they work in randoms, because they still keep on random BGs and random content separate, like random skirmishes, Solo queue, hopefully they'll add cross faction to it. But like random stuff and BG skirmishes, random heroic dungeons, they also keep it like separate to one another, to each faction. Let's see about flag and friendly cross faction. So when you group up with them in war mode and you group up, you'll still be able to kill each other while in the group. So you could be in the group while still being able to attack one another. So I think that'll be interesting out in the open world. So let's say you're trying to do a Mythic Plus, right? You'll be able to group up and you'll be able to invite them. Like I said, both of you have war mode on. You'll be able to invite each other for that Mythic Plus. And you go out to summon somebody, right? Let's say you're trying to get a group together. There's like 4 of you Horde, 1 of you Alliance in that group. And you can summon the Alliance guy up. You can literally gank him. You go in the dungeon and you do the dungeon together. You could literally kick their ass, res them real quick, go do the dungeon. It's gonna be hilarious. Yeah, I think it's gonna be really interesting. It's gonna be like, they're gonna keep that wild west of like war mode there. I think it's gonna be really fun. I think it's gonna be really interesting. Give it to gig from killing party members. Yeah, it's gonna be one of those. It's also gonna be one of those things where people will like invite you, summon you, kill you, and then kick you out of the group. It's gonna be like extra BM. It's gonna be like really toxic stuff like that. They're gonna invite you to the group, summon you, kill you, kick you out of the group. It's gonna be people like pretending to do Mythic Plus, and they're gonna be all in PvP gear. Actually, I guess like they could just turn off war mode to do that, right? Oh, it's gonna be like maybe like the people. No, it's gonna be people trying to bait people into rares in war mode. They're gonna be like, oh, we're this rare, got summons or war boss. They're gonna be like a bunch of hordes, invite one alliance guy, summon them up, kill them, kick them, and just form HKs like that. 100%, dude. It's gonna be like toxic stuff like that. It's gonna be hilarious, but it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be like, well, if you're Alliance out in the open world, war mode, or if you're Horde, I guess you could do the same thing to Hordes too. Because I imagine more people will go back to play an Alliance, since you can play with whoever you want to. So you could do pushes as Alliance or Horde. People are gonna be doing that as either faction. It's gonna be hilarious. I think it's gonna, keep a little bit of the like faction rivalry still in the game a little bit, especially with war mode. But it's gonna be really good to be able to play whatever you like. You want to play a Void Elf, you want to play a Life Forge, you want to play a Blood Elf for any reason, and you want to play with friends, you can play it. I think there's going to be a lot more Alliance, like in Mythic Plus and PvP. It's going to be a lot of Night Elves. I think it's going to be a lot of Pandaren, because the ratio of PvP is actually quite substantial. I think it's also going to be Blood Elves and Mythic Pluses, or Void Elves potentially just for the fun of it. For like PvE, it's going to be a lot of variety. But in PvP, what are the strongest ratios in our Alliance? I guess more humans, it's going to be more Night Elves. I think there's going to be a lot of more Night Elves. I think that one is like proven itself to be a really valuable option for like dodging CC, a little bit of utility, a little bit of resets. It's going to be fantastic for stealth classes like rogues and druids. There's a lot of rogues in PvP, so I think a lot more Night Elf rogues out there in the open. Maybe Orc is still going to be good too, but I think it's going to be a lot more Night Elves. It's going to be super valuable. Be able to reset like a 2v2s, and the Mage having that reset is going to be fantastic. Lots of utility behind it too. The way the Horde lines are. Originally, I wanted them to remove factions and we know them. Make roll you based on the team you picked, but chose red or blue. Not say you're a friendly team or friendly. I think that would have been an interesting one. I think you would still have people dominating one or the other, so you'd still would be unbalanced in war mode. But I think just doing cross faction stuff like this is going to be pretty interesting by itself. I think it's going to be cool just to keep like some kind of semblance over the reason why factions exist. Had a lot of fun. Yeah, I had a lot of fun hanging out with you boys. That was a really blast, man. We ended up streaming for like almost 3 hours. Hell yeah. Hope you have a really good rest of the week. Yo, Seawork, when we get cross faction, you want to get some games together? Dude, I'm almost turning 402s. Maybe we could play some 3s with an Alterverse or something at some point. Just see how far we can push. I think it'd be fun. Got myself out the Rogue, and if Kyrian Rogue stays the way it is, man, I mean, easy push, right? You could play Arcane. Just find a third healer. Just find somebody to play with. Maybe somebody to mess with. I actually got a healer that maybe would be able to play like Priest. I don't know how good Priests are, but like Holy Priest, I mean, this seems really good. Anyways, thank you so much for coming by, bro. To next gear Mages A faction. Let's go, dude. Anyway, boys, thank you so much for coming by. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. And I'll see you guys all tomorrow. What? Sunday? Day off. So we're just gonna be chilling tomorrow. You can just do this whenever. Maybe there should be trying to push. You know, people came because they're crazy right now. Yeah. So if I could get my guy to hop on, maybe we could do some 3s together and push up. I think that'd be kind of fun. But then we'll see what Duels EU for us. Thank you so much, Shield Pills. Hey, man. We would do some season 4, do some 3s together as a rogue DK. Maybe just 2s, just mess around with that or something. We could probably make some kind of plays work, right? I get CC. You got the burst. We just lock somebody down, lock them out of the park, silence, disarm, CC the hell out of them and whatnot. I think it'd be fun. Thank you, boys. You guys are wonderful, beautiful, super fun chilling with all of you. Thank you guys so much for participating. Tomorrow, day off. I'm gonna get some food, man. I am starving. I'm gonna chill. Maybe play some God of War tonight and get a project worked on this evening and see if Cora wants to do some keys and something like that. Maybe see if Tay wants to get some stuff done as well. Thank you all. You guys are wonderful, beautiful. I'll see you boys all Monday for that weekly box fill-in. I need to work on my alls this week. Haven't been doing that well. More alls need to get done. But boys, I'll see you guys later. Peace.
show I was strong, pushing to my